করুণা করে ও হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি দেয়া পদ ছায়া শুধু হে আমার দেয়া পদ ছায়া শুধু হে আমায় তোমার চরণ ধরে দেয়া পদ ছায়া শুধু হে আমায় তোমার চরণ ধরে আমি তোমার চরণ ধরি আমি তোমার চরণ ধরি ছয় বেগদমি ছয় দেহ দোষে ছয় গুণ দেহ দাসে ছয় বেগদমি ছয় দশ সধি ছয় গুণ দেহ দাসে ছয় সাত সঙ্গ দেহ হে আমারে ছয় সাত সঙ্গ দেহ হে আমারে বসতি সঙ্গে রয়াসে ছয় সাত সঙ্গ দেহ হে আমারে বসতি সঙ্গে রয়াসে আমি বসতি সঙ্গে রয়াসে আমি বসেছি সঙ্গে রয়াসে একাকে আমার নাহি পায়ে বল হরে নাম সংকীর্তনে একাকে আমার নাহি পায়ে বল হরি নাম সংকীর্তনে তুমি কৃপা করে শোধাবেন্দু দেয়া তুমি কৃপা করে শোধাবেন্দু দেয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে তুমি কৃপা করে শোধাবেন্দু দেয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে আমায় দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো আমি তো কাঙাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলে আমি তো কাঙাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলে ধাই তব পাছে পাছে আমি তো কাঙাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলে ধাই তব পাছে পাছে আমি ধাই তব পাছে পাছে আমি ধাই তব পাছে পাছে Okay, let's sing Ujjala Varana. I think you can sing that. Ujjala Varana Gauravara Deham Vilasita Niravadhe Bhava Videham Ujjala Varana Gauravara Deham Vilasita Niravadhe Bhava Videham Tribhuvana Pavana Kripayole Tam Pranamami च श्री सच्चिदानन्दं त्रिभुवन पावन कृपालेशं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानन्दं गद गदयं तारा भावविकारं दुर्जनकारजननाद विशालं गद गद भव भय भञ्जन करुण करुणां तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानन्दं भव भय भञ्जन करुण करुणां तं प्रणमामि च अरुणाम्बरधर चारु कपोलम् इंदु विनिन्दित नखचय रुचिराम् अरुणाम्बरधर चारु कपोलम् जल्पिता निजगुण नाम विनोदम् तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानन्दं जल्पिता निजगुण विगलित नयन कमल जलधारम् भूषण नवरस भाव विकारं विगलित नयन गति अति मंथर नृत्य विलासं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानन्दं चंचल चारु चारण गति रुचिरं मंजीर रंजित पद जुग मधुरं चंचल चारु चारण गति रुचिरं चंद्र विनिन्दित शीतल वदनं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानन्दं चन्द्र धितकटिडोरकमण्डलदन्दं द्रिवकलेवरमुण्डितमुण्डं धितकटिडोरकमण्डल दुर्जनकल्मष खण्डनदण्डं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानन्दं दुर्जनकल्मष भूषण भूरज अलकबलेतं कंपित बिम्बाधर वर रुचिरां भूषण भूरज अलकबलेतं मलयज विरचितायो जलतिलकं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानन्दं मलयज कमलदलनयनं आजनुलम्बिता श्रीभुजयुगलं निन्दितकरुणा कमलदलनयनं कलेवर कैसरा नर्तक वेशं तं प्रणमामि च शेषचितनयं कलेवर कैसरा नर्तक वेशं तं प्रणमामि च शेषचितनयं तं प्रणमामि च शेषचितनयं तं प्रणमामि च शेषचितनयं नमामि च शेषचितनयं तं प्रणमामि च शेषचितनयं तं प्रणमामि च शेषचितनयं तं प्रणमामि च शेषचितनयं तं प्रणमामि च तं प्रणमामि च शेषचेतनायां। विवाह विशेष माताजी। विभावरे, we'll sing together. विभावरे शेष आलोक वेश निद्रा छाड़े उठ देवा बाल हरे हरे मुकुंद मुरारे राम कृष्ण हयग्रीवा नृसिंह वामन श्री मधुसूदन ब्रजेन्द्र नंदन श्याम पूतन घातन कैतव शातन जय दशरथे राम यशोदा दुलाल गोविंद गोपाल वृंदावन पुरंदर गोपी प्रिय जन राधिका रमण भुवन सुंदर बार रावण कर मखन तस्कर गोपी जन वस्त्र हारे ब्रजे राखल गोप वृंद पाल चित्त हरे वंशीधारे योगेन्द्र वंदन श्रीनंदन नंदन ब्रज जन भयहारे नवीन निराद रूप मनोहर मोहन वंशी विहारे यशोदानंदन कंस निषूदन निकुंज रास विलासे कदम्ब कानन रस परायण वृंदावे प्रेम निवासी आनंद वर्धन प्रेम निकेतन कुल सारग जग काम गोपांगना गण चित्त विनोदन समस्त गुण गण धाम यमुना जीवन केले परायण मानस चंद्र चकोर नाम सुधा रस गाओ कृष्ण दास राख वचन मन मोर नाम सुधा रस गाओ कृष्ण दास राख वचन मन मोर नाम सुधा रस गाओ कृष्ण दास राख वचन मन मोर। Mataji, can you put Edushtu Hridaye Hai Kamavati Ripuchhai, that Narsingha prayers? Because can pray for him. Pray to him actually. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Edushta Hridaye Hai Kamavati Kutinate Pratistasa Sartha Sadara. Yeah? Oh, we can, this one? Yes, we can start with the translation, Mataji. Are you able to? Yeah, Mataji needs some time. So it's a prayer to Lord Narsingha. It is written, composed by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This should be prayer of every devotee, because Lord Narsingha removes all the obstacles in our path of devotional service. So he is praying to his lotus feet so that he can remove all the obstacles from his heart and also externally, because there are a lot of obstacles we have to deal with, Adibhutika, Adidevika, Adhyatmika, different types of sufferings in this material world. So he is telling that anything which is obstructing me to take the shelter of Radha Krishna, please remove it and allow me to serve them in Navadip Dham. He wants to actually serve Radha Krishna in Navadip. Okay, excellent. So yeah, maybe we can read together the translation part. Within my sinful heart, the 6 enemies headed by lust perpetually reside, as well as duplicity, the desire for fame, plus sheer cunning. At the lotus feet of Lord Narsingha, I hope that he will mercifully purify my heart and give me the desire to serve Lord Krishna. Weeping, I will beg at the lotus feet of Lord Narsingha for the benediction of worshipping Radha and Krishna and Navadip, perfectly safe and free from all difficulties. When will this Lord Hari, whose terrible form strikes fear into fear itself, ever become pleased and show me his mercy? Even though Lord Narsingha is terrifying toward the sinful souls, he offers great auspiciousness unto the devotees of Lord Krishna, headed by Prahlad Maharaj. When will he be pleased to speak words of compassion unto me, a worthless fool, and thereby make me fearless? He will say, dear child, sit down freely and live happily here in Sri Gauranga Dham. May you nicely worship the divine couple, and may you develop loving attachment for their holy names. By the mercy of my devotees, obstacles are cast far away. With a purified heart, just perform the worship of Radha and Krishna, for such worship overflows with sweet nectar. Saying this, will that Lord delightedly place his own divine lotus feet upon my head? I will experience sublime love for the divine couple Radha Krishna and undergo the ecstatic transformations called Swatika. Falling on the ground, I will roll about at the door of Sri Narsingha's temple. Sri Narsingha Bhagwan ki jai. You can sing after me. Edu story dae hai kamoyadi puchhai kutinate pratisthasa sartho sadarai edu story dae Puchhai Kutinate Thasa Satsadanai Hridayo Shodhano নৃসিংহ চরণে মোর এই তো কামনা হৃদয় শোধনায় কৃষ্ণের বাসনা নৃসিংহ চরণে মোর এই তো কামনা কান্দিয়া নৃসিংহ পদে মাগিব কখনো নিরাপদে নবদ্বীপে যুগল ভজন কান্দিয়া নৃসিংহ পদে মাগিব কখনো নিরাপদে নবদ্বীপে যুগল ভজন ভয় ভয় পায় যার দর্শনে সে হরে প্রসন্ন হইবে কবে মোরে দয়া করে ভয় ভয় পায় যারা দর্শনে সে হরে প্রসন্ন হইবে কবে মোরে দয়া করে অদ্যাপি ভীষণ মূর্তি দুষ্ট জীবকতে প্রহ্লাদাদি কৃষ্ণ ভক্ত জনে ভদ্রয়তে যদ্যাপি ভীষণ মূর্তি দুষ্ট জীবকতে প্রহ্লাদাদি কৃষ্ণ ভক্ত জানে ভদ্রয়তি কবে বা প্রসন্ন হয়ে সকৃপা বচনে নির্ভয় করিবে মুরয়া কিঞ্চনে কবে বা প্রসন্ন হয়ে সকৃপা বচনে নির্ভয় করিবে মুরয়া কিঞ্চনে স্বচ্ছন্দে বৈষ্ণহে বৎস শ্রী গৌরাঙ্গ ধামে বলো ভজন রতি হো নামে সচন্দে বৈষ্ণহে বৎস শ্রী গৌরাঙ্গ ধামে যুগল ভজন রতি হো মম ভক্ত কৃপা বলে বিঘ্ন যাবে দূর শুদ্ধ চিত্তে ভজ রাধা কৃষ্ণ রস পুর মম ভক্ত কৃপা বলে বিঘ্ন যাবে দূর শুদ্ধ চিত্তে ভজ রাধা কৃষ্ণ রস পুর শ্রী চরণে হর্ষে ধরিবে ঈশ্বর এই মলি কবে মোর মস্তক শ্রী চরণ হর্ষে ধরিবে অমনি যুগল প্রেমে সাত্বিক বিকারে ধরায় লুটিব আমি শ্রী নৃসিংহ দ্বারে অমনি যুগল প্রেমে সাত্বিক বিকারে নারায়ণ ত্যাগ আমি শ্রী নৃসিংহ দ্বারে হে দুষ্ট হৃদয়ে হায় কাময়াদি রিপুছয় কুটিনাতে প্রতিষ্ঠা সার্থ সাধারয় দুষ্ট হৃদয়ে হায় কাময়াদি রিপুছয় কুটিনাতে প্রতিষ্ঠা সার্থ সদারায় হৃদয় সধানয় কৃষ্ণের বাসনা নৃসিংহ চরণে মোর এই তো কামনা হৃদয় সধানয় কৃষ্ণের বাসনা নৃসিংহ চরণে মোর এই তো কামনা। শ্রী লক্ষ্মী নরসিংহ ভগবান কি জয়। So, can sing one Nitai Kirtan, Mataji. Nitai Padakomal you can put. Because we have some time always on the way. নিতাই পদ কমল কটে চন্দ্র সুশীতল নিতাই পদ কমল কটে চন্দ্র সুশীতল যে ছায়া জগত জোড়ায় যে ছায়া জগত জোড়ায় হেন নিতাই বিনে ভাই রাধা কৃষ্ণ পাইতে না হেন নিতাই বিনে ভাই রাধা কৃষ্ণ পাইতে নাই দৃঢ় করে ধরণে তাই পায় দৃঢ় করে সে সম্বন্ধ নাহি যার মিথ্যা জন্ম গেল তার সে সম্বন্ধ নাহি যার মিথ্যা
জন্ম সেই পাপে বড় দুরাশা সেই পশু বড় দুরাশা নিতাই না বলিল মুখে মজিল সংসার সুখে নিতাই না বলিল মুখে মজিল সংসার সুখে বিদ্যা কুলে কি করিবে বিদ্যা কুলে কি করিবে অহংকারে মুক্ত হইয়া নিতাই পদ পাশরিয়া অহংকারে মুক্ত হইয়া নিতাই পদ পাশরিয়া অসত্যেরে সত্য করে মানি অসত্যেরে সত্য করে মানি নিতাইয়ের করুণা হবে রোদে রাধা কৃষ্ণ পাবে নিতাইয়ের দয়াল নিতাই হে নিতাই হে নিতাইয়ের করুণা হবে বলে রাধা কৃষ্ণ পাবে নিতাইয়ের করুণা হবে বলে রাধা কৃষ্ণ পাবে নর নিতাই চরণ দুখানি নর নিতাই চরণ দুখানি নিতাইয়ের চরণ সত্য তাহার সেবক নিত্য নিতাইয়ের চরণ সত্য তাহার সেবক নিত্য নিতাই পদ সদা করয়াস নিতাই পদ সদা করয়াস নরতম বড় দুঃখী নিতাই মোরে কর সুখী নরতম বড় দুঃখী নিতাই মোরে কর সুখী রাখ রাঙা চরণের পাশ রাখ রাঙা চরণের পাশ নিতাই পদ কমল কটে চন্দ্র সুশীতল নিতাই পদ কমল কটে চন্দ্র সুশীতল যে ছায়া জগত জোড়ায় যে ছায়া জগত জোড়ায় Shima Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Let's read the translation of this song, Mataji. We can read together. The lotus feet of Lord Nityananda are a shelter where one will get the soothing moonlight not only of one, but of millions of moons. If the world wants to have real peace, it should take shelter of Lord Nityananda. Unless one takes shelter under the shade of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, it will be very difficult for him to approach Radha Krishna. If one actually wants to enter into the dancing party of Radha Krishna, he must firmly catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Anyone who has not established his relationship with Nityananda Prabhu is understood to have spoiled his valuable human birth. Such a human being is actually an uncontrollable animal. Because he never uttered the holy name of Nityananda, he has become merged into so-called material happiness. What can his useless education and family tradition do to help him? Being maddened after false prestige and identification with the body, one is thinking, oh, what is Nityananda? What can he do for me? I don't care. The result is that he is accepting something false to be true. If you actually want to approach the association of Radha Krishna, you must first achieve the mercy of Lord Nityananda. When he is merciful toward you, then you will be able to approach Radha Krishna. Therefore, you should firmly grasp the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. The lotus feet of Nityananda are not illusion, they are a fact. One who engages in the transcendental loving service of Nityananda is also transcendental. Always try to catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. This Narottam Das is very unhappy. Therefore, I am praying to Lord Nityananda to make me happy. My dear Lord, please keep me close to your lotus feet. Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. It's the name Nityananda, always giving pleasure. He is the representation of Lord's Sandhini potency. So he's always making arrangement for Krishna's pleasure. So if we are under the shelter of Nityananda, then we will not be, getting any problems with this material world. That's Sri Narottam Das Thakur is telling. Then I will not be sorrow anymore, because material world, everyone is sorrow. Somebody will understand it, somebody will not. But everyone is in a difficult condition. But if we are under the shelter of Lord Nityananda, then all the difficulties, everything will be moved. So that is a similar kind of song which also takes about the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. And this is a song about lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. And Srila Prabhupada gave a big purport on this song. It's an ecstatic purport. So we should actually first take shelter of Lord Nityananda, and then we can come to the platform taking shelter of Lord Chaitanya. So what is the next part of the program? Should we continue? I think he's here, right? He's supposed to come at 8, yeah. Yes. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jai. On time. Hare Krishna.
Let's please, I can talk after you. Hare Krishna. We'd like to welcome all of you, and also we are very honored to have His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu at our temple. Please give a big round of Haribol. Many of you know he has been. Okay. So many of you know he has been also coming almost once a year to give us his association and blessings, and he lives in Detroit. I know it's a very wonderful temple. I was there in December. Such a marvelous temple, and a lot of congregation is growing. Yeah. Is it Farmington Hills, Prabhu? Farmington Hills, yes. So Sri Kumar Prabhu will give some more inputs about Prabhuji's, profile. Please. Yes. Thank you all once again. So His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhuji has been for more than 3 decades. He's dedicated his life and soul to preaching Krishna consciousness throughout United States and in India. So in the initial days, he was the congregation development in the congregation development of New Vrindavan Dham. That's where many people came in touch with him. I believe Divyanand Prabhu also was in touch there. Even me as as a new person into the temple. Actually, that's one aspect I want to touch. Yugal Kishore Prabhuji will make everyone dance in kirtan. That's one of the biggest things that he has. Like when I came to the temple first time, I was like the initial from India and people dancing in the kirtan. I thought, why are people dancing in the kirtan? And then he pulled me into it. And then I experienced my first taste of spiritual energy. And that's when, then he follows up that taste of spiritual energy with his wonderful philosophy, with prasadam, with loving care, and that's how he makes many devotees throughout this movement. So, and then he's been doing wonderfully in New Vrindavan for many years, and then he was strengthening Brooklyn Temple and New Bhakti Center with more devotional activities. And the last 7-8 years, as Balivandan Prabhu nicely mentioned, he's been developing a beautiful community in Farmington Hills. Very beautiful temple has come up there, and then he's the temple president there. Along with that, he's like the counselor. He's the counselor for many Grihastha devotees, many Brahmachari devotees. For me also personally, for the last 20 years, he's been guiding us in everything that we do. So, very grateful to have Prabhuji here in between all of us. And on behalf of Radha Madan Mohanji and Shriman Mahaprabhu, Shri Lakshmi Narsingha Dev Bhagwanji and Srila Prabhupada, I welcome, please join me in welcoming Yugal Kishore Prabhuji one more time. Thank you.
Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुनातीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी जय विष्णुपाद परम सराजगचर्य स्तोत्र सतिस डिवाइन ग्रेस आभय चरणारविंद भक्त वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परम सराजगचर्य स्तोत्र सतिस डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories all Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Ajnanatammirandasya Jnananjalashalakaya Chakshuronmritam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yatapadakammalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwar Vrishavan Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyo Vachapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrindha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Pakum Karati Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yatkripatamham Vande Shri Gurundanataranam Paramananda Madhava Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Nityananda Prabhu are Vritrasura prayers. Which one? Prabhuji, you want me to speak? It's Bhagavatam class, right? Bhagavatam class means I'll speak about Vritrasura prayers.
As you like to.
So we can connect this to project, right?
Yeah, they are connecting.
Okay. I have a question, let us see. Not many people saw. You want to Nityananda Prabhu or Vritrasura prayers? Vritrasura prayer is Bhagavatam. Nityananda Prabhu is actually Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat. Vritrasura prayers. Okay. Correct. Bhakti is very, what is that? Rare and unique. First of all, I neither have any qualification nor do I have any realization. So whatever I heard in the past, software cut and paste. So So, as your humble servant, I'll try to present. So I'll need the blessings of all the devotees, especially Prabhuji and all of you. Bhakti, pure devotional service is very rare. There is a difference between mixed devotional service and pure devotional service. Anya vilashata sunyam jnana karma dinavrutam anukulyena Krishna anusilanam bhakti ruttama. What is pure bhakti? You don't have any other desire. Anya vilasha sunyam. And bhakti is free from jnana karma, the anavrutam. It is not covered by jnana and karma. Very important is anukulyena, favorably, serving Krishna favorably. And following the footsteps of previous acharyas, anushilanam. That is uttam bhakti. We can be, somebody is a software engineer, somebody is a manager, somebody is a doctor, somebody is a professor. So, whatever you may be, if you have this one ideal, I want to become free, I want to cultivate the life where I don't have any other desire other than to please Krishna, serve Krishna, and free from Mayavad, and I want to follow the footsteps of my spiritual master and previous acharyas. So serve Krishna and his devotees. That is Uttam Bhakti, pure Bhakti. Sometimes it appears, because there is a world of duality, sometimes happiness comes, sometimes distress comes. So what appears actually good karma, sometimes late, after some time, we realize it is bad karma actually. If only I didn't get this, I would not have come here. That's why this problem came. Many people told me that actually. So, Indra is winning only to lose. And Rudrasura is losing only to win. Very interesting. Bhakti is not just a stereotype. And can you believe? Everybody is praying for the death of Rudrasura. People are doing yajnas actually. And devotee, they'll definitely look very fair and heart is very pure, it reflects on the face. But Rudrasura doesn't have this quality. Huge, gigantic body and a very scary personality, but a pure devotee. Today that is the session actually. Because, Bhakti is Sudurlabha. Krishna gives everything. But what Krishna doesn't give is pure Bhakti. Why? You will control him. You can control him actually. So before Krishna gives that, he wants to really test whether we have qualification or not. How easy it is to speak when somebody is listening. How difficult it is to practice. Day after day, week after week, month after month, birth after birth. Especially We are in this world means, I'm talking to myself, we have flag of envy, greed, anger, envy, pride. So by the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada and previous acharyas and present devotees, somehow we could come to a path of bhakti. But we have a lot of impurities in our heart. Time is running out. So, but the same impurities stare at us. But if we can somehow or other, if we can retain this one quality, irrespective of all the impurities, I have only one desire. I want to practice eventually pure devotional service only. Shuddha Bhakti only. Then that is very pleasing to Srila Prabhupada and previous acharyas actually. Otherwise, how easy it is to quote shlokas, how easy it is to quote verses, very charismatic, that speaking very nicely, quoting that example, this example. So, Maharaj Chitraketu was an emperor. He had everything. Actually, we can learn a lot from this. He's an emperor. Means practically everybody in this world would offer obeisances to him. There was no shortage of money. He can go wherever he wanted. There is no visa problem. He was the emperor for the whole world. But this world is designed in such a way. Certain things we have, certain things we don't have. That's how this world is designed. You all agree, Monday you get up, mind will tell you, you don't have this. So sad. Tuesday you get up, hey, you don't have this. Past 30 years, the mind is telling you don't have this. And we are so miserable. But did we tell our mind, hey, shut up? Why are you telling me what I don't have and why are you making my life miserable? Why are you not showing me all the good things I have? Instead, why are you not making me happy? That's why real spirituality is about being ruthless with the mind. Real spirituality is, to be ruthless with the mind. Declare war on mind. Declare war on the impurities of the mind. Rather than succumbing to the demands of the mind, if we can strongly resist the temptations, it's not easy though. If I can declare war, then we are truly a spiritualist, truly a devotee, at least trying to become a devotee. Can you believe that apart from this, he was a devotee, serious devotee. I'm sure he knew the conclusion of scriptures. But what he did not have, somehow, in order to continue the legacy of this monarchy, he wanted one child, only one, who can become the emperor after him. Very interesting. That one thing became elusive actually. He did not have. He married so many queens. Not that he was a sex monger. Only one reason. I want only one son. So if we somehow apply it to ourselves, I want only what? You have to tell. Dash. Huh? One Tesla. I want only one green card. I want only one, one home in the mountain view. I want only one. Now, after 1 year, it will change again. So, what is that? It changes, keeps on changing actually. So Maharaj Chitraketu, one day Narada Muni comes. He listens so many lectures. Practically every lecture, this is not Kali Yuga, Satyuga. Means everyone would have spoken about bhakti only. He was attending all the lectures, but he never listened to the lecture. Why? He never listened because they were not speaking what he wanted. So when our listening becomes selective, it doesn't go into our brain. I'm talking to myself. One day Narada Muni comes. Narada Muni can directly take you back to spiritual world. He can give you directly Krishna. First canto, third chapter says, he is empowered, personality to spread devotional service all over the universe. But because he was so much infatuated by this one desire, which was his duty also, unfortunately, he said, Narada Muni said, what do you want? Narada Muni understood he cannot listen. Instead of asking Krishna, he said, I want a son. When we are in the bodily, when we are in the consciousness, when we are absorbed in the bodily consciousness, when we are absorbed in what is the first instruction of Krishna in Gita? You are not the body but a spirit soul, which is very difficult to realize after so many years. Yasyatma buddhi kunapetra dhatake swadesha kalatradesha bhumi jati yatyartha buddhi sallena karichet janesha vignesha sayeva gokara. A person who is in the bodily consciousness, which is nothing but this body, which is nothing but made up of three elements. And what are the products that come out of, what are the things that are connected to the body? This is my wife, this is my children. And people go to holy place of pilgrimage only to take bath, but not willing to listen from the saintly personalities. What is that mentality? Sayeva Gokhara. It's a cow and ass mentality. Hare Krishna. Bhagavatam says, he said, I wanted a son. I mean, he was not in that thing, but to fulfill his responsibility to his predecessors, he wanted a son. Narada Muni said, all right. When we want to enjoy independent of Krishna, when our desires are not connected to Krishna, when those desires are fulfilled, they'll bring some happiness, some distress. For sure. I want only one Tesla, it'll bring happiness and distress. I want only green card, it'll bring happiness and distress. I want only children, not connected to Krishna, they will bring happiness and distress. Anything not fully connected with Krishna will bring happiness and distress. This has to be etched in our mind. This is important. Narada Muni said, all right, you'll have a son. He'll give you happiness and distress. Name him Harsha Soka. Give him the name Harsha Soka. Harsha means happiness, Soka means misery, distress. So Maharaj Chitraketu was thinking, what type of trouble he'll give? Maybe he'll not listen. He'll pick up some bad habits. I can tolerate that. The not having child, the pain is too much. Much more than what trouble is going to give. You all should know, when you expect the trouble, when you expect the problem will not bother you that much. Winter is coming. Okay, winter is coming. You'll equip yourself with jackets and all. And you accept the misery part of your life. The problem comes from a very unexpected corner. That gives you so much trouble. So it's all right. Eventually his wife Kratadyati, gave birth to a baby boy. Wow, Maharaj Chitraketu's happiness knew no bounds. So much joy. And in the joy, what he did not realize what he was doing. When you become angry, you lose discrimination. When you become unlimitedly, materially happy, you lose discrimination. In that happiness, he ignored his wives and he started taking good care of the queen because she gave birth to a son. If he had taken good care of all the wives as he was doing before, this problem would not have come. But what happened? So much happiness. Sometimes you are very happy, you start speaking what you should not speak. In the anger also we do the same thing. But earlier what? All the queens are of the same, they were all part of the same problem. I don't have a child. You also don't have a child. You would have nice meeting you. Because misery loves company. What is that? Misery loves company. You are laid off? Yeah. I am also laid off. Nice meeting Haribo, all good friends. You don't have a job, I don't have a job. Amazing. But earlier they were all on the same platform. But now what happened? She is different. Whatever response she was getting, support she was getting, was different from what they were getting. They all became envious. What is that one quality we cannot devote to Krishna? Cannot devote in Krishna consciousness? Envy. We can be greedy for Krishna, we can be lusty for Krishna, we can be angry for, against those who are inimical to Krishna. We can be proud that we are Krishna's devotee. Everything can be devoted except one quality. We cannot be envious of Krishna. So they all become envious. And they lost their intelligence. And one day, the queen said to the nurse, "Wake the boy up, the king is going to come." Because she knew whatever she was getting, the affection, special attention, it was all because of the son. But the nurse came back and told Amma, something bad happened, the boy died. The boy died? Whew. The queen poisoned the child and killed the child. Then she started, slamming her chest. "My Lord, why you have done this? A Supreme Lord, Lord of the mankind, the Super Soul in everyone's heart. Please, my Lord, why you did this?" Maharaj Chitraketu came and when he came to know the object that was giving him happiness is no more, he started rolling on the ground. So much suffering. Where you derive happiness, and that is disconnected, 10 times more than that you'll get the pain. Where you have attachment, when that attachment is disconnected, it gives so much pain. Because what happens? On the mental level, these ropes are tied. Yeah, amazing. Jayapataka Maharaj said, recently somebody told me, everyone in this world has to experience the loss of their loved ones in their lives. And everyone has to experience some unexpected changes in their lives. We all have to experience. Some changes will happen that we don't expect, and some are not palatable. Change is inevitable. We have to experience the changes Change is sure to occur. Body will change, health will change, we'll age out, relationships, new relationships, somewhat lost. So change, we all have to experience the change. We have to accept, whether we like it or not. And we have to experience the loss of the loved ones. For sure. So anyway, he was rolling on the ground. Bhagavatam explains he was very close to death. That much pain he got. When happiness comes, if you expand like a balloon, when the distress comes, I cannot say 4 times, 5 times, whatever, n number of times, when the distress comes, you'll be like a deflated tire. One time, Chaitanya Prabhu wrote an article, this body is meant for suffering. I said, this article is very negative. Let me read it. And I started reading it. I said, oh, really? Very nice. Very, very, very nicely analyzed. I'm not here to spread negativity, but just, Bhagavatam class means anything, you have to speak the truth, right? So he says, you compare, see your body. Does your forehead enjoy? Chin enjoy? Your knees enjoy? The fingers enjoy? The thighs enjoy? The back enjoys? We will not tell, today my liver is very happy. Today my intestine is very happy. Today my throat is very happy. And the back of my ear is very happy. My pancreas are very happy. They don't enjoy. Only thing that enjoys, tongue, and of course, eyes, ears to hear music, and nose to smell, and the skin for opposite sex touch. Except these 5 senses, jnanendriyas, rest of the body doesn't enjoy. But when the trouble comes, fracture doesn't happen to the tongue. I have not seen anybody. My tongue is very sick nowadays. You may not feel hungry, but tongue says I am ready. Ready for enjoyment. Of course, some people they get boils on the tongue, a little bit here and there. But fracture happens, knee pains, that problem, this problem. Overall, 5% enjoyment and 95% prone to suffering. Hare Krishna. Amune agree. And his conclusion, it means our body is designed for suffering. So, wow, oh, that's great. Do you all agree or not? Yes. So anyway, Maharaj Chitraketu, he was rolling and he was on the verge of death. She is a great devotee actually. Mahava was a devotee. Still, that's how the world is designed. This world is designed to frustrate everyone. Whoever you are. Sometimes, people come from India to America. Where are you going? Going to the heavenly regions. Where Indra is there, Chandra is there, Especially California means what? Los Angeles is there. And Hollywood is there. There is no old age there is no disease, no death, only unlimited happiness. Stars and stripes are forever. Unlimited happiness, that is America. You guys, you rot in this material third world country, but I may to jara udar. I'm going there to unlimitedly enjoy. After some time you'll understand. So that's why in ISKCON, once you come, First thing, everyone is equipped with knowledge. You are not his body, Prabhu. You are a spirit soul. You have not realized it, and that's the second point. So, then Narada Muni came and said, I told you. Narada Muni, what is this? Narada Muni said, I told you he'll give you happiness and distress. That's why I told him to name Harsha Soka. No, he couldn't take it. Then to make him happy, Narada Muni brought him alive. When Narada Muni brought him back alive, you all should know, this is only introduction. Huh? What is the name of the topic? Rudrasura prayers. Rudrasura has not come yet. Here is the question of prayers. So, but they said it's a 2-hour class, I have to make sure it's 2-hour class. So, what is that? The boy immediately got up. Honestly speaking, if we apply everything in our life, in our lives, it will change our life. It will change our lives actually. The boy got up. Who you got up, Haribol? He became ecstatic. My son is back. The boy said, who are you? Who am I? I'm your father. Which lifetime? Which lifetime you are my father? In this eternity, I've taken birth in so many times, taken birth in so many homes. I had millions of fathers. Which lifetime you are my father? Because the person who has given you happiness, later distress, is speaking this. First time Maharaj Chitraketu listened that class. He never listened even from Narada Muni. Wow. So it's not a deviation, but Giriraj Maharaj says. So Giriraj Maharaj's father was very accomplished, attorney. And because of Srila Prabhupada's grace, Giriraj Maharaj joined full time. And he was a lone son. Giriraj Maharaj, his father was very rich. So one day, his sister, they are very rich, Americans. So one day they were sitting on the dining table. And the sister told all the father, mother, sister, Giriraj Maharaj, they all sat. She came, Father, I want $10,000. Hey, last week only you took $5,000. Why do you want $10,000? I want to buy shoes and dresses. She has a wardrobe of dresses and thousands of pairs of shoes. So just because father asked, last week only you took $5,000, why you want? This is 1970s. Why do you want $10,000? Just because he said, she became angry, you are always like this. And she left the dining table. And literally spoiled the atmosphere. That's the first time Giriraj Maharaj understood money doesn't give happiness. Money doesn't give happiness. Something else is there. That's when he came in contact with Srila Prabhupada and he joined full time. He's still a sannyasi in ISKCON, with very good standing. Then, Prabhupada sent him to India to oversee the construction of Juhu temple. And Giriraj Maharaj, so it was only one son, joined full time. Then what is the use of this entire money, Then somebody said, your son is sleeping. When Giriraj Maharaj went to India and started overseeing the construction, people were stealing cement bags. So next to Bombay-Pune highway, they would put all the cement bags, and the rich millionaire son, he would sleep on the cement bags next to the roadside to protect them. His father heard this. My son is sleeping on the cement bags and next to highway, So his heart pained like anything. So he went all the way to India and he went to Prabhupada. So he went to Giriraj Maharaj and said, give a blank check. Whatever you want to write, you write. Your guru needs more than you, he needs money. He needs money more than you. So give this money You can practice this, whatever you are practicing. In America, come and practice, staying at home. Just give it to him and come back. Giriraj Maharaj said, I am very happy here. This father could not understand. Sleeping on the dust-filled cement bags, how his son is very happy there, leaving all the affluence of America. He couldn't understand. Actually, I'm sorry. First he went to meet Prabhupada, actually. And then he wrote $1 million there. And Swamiji, you are building temple, you need money. So my son is actually somehow this dust and all, his health is getting spoiled. If you really ask me, please, take this $1 million and let him go. He felt Prabhupada with his, that power, mystical power. He tapped his son and got him, to join full time only to extract money. Prabhupada gave the check back and said, I don't want you and your son. You take your son back to America and take this money also. So Prabhupada made very clear, I don't want your money, I don't want your son. I have not trapped your son for money. He understood. Oh. Then he came to Giriraj Maharaj and said this. He said, Giriraj Maharaj said, I will not come back. I will stay here. So the father, what is that? Why I am telling this is, eventually Giriraj Maharaj's health was spoiled. So he had to come back to America. So then his father immediately arranged for a psychiatrist. So he was brainwashed in ISKCON, so you should make him normal. Their normal is different from our normalcy, So psychiatrist, what is your name? I am a spirit soul. These are your parents. Which lifetime? So, I am not this body. I am a spirit soul. So, he started giving this type of answers. The psychiatrist went, what is the goal of life? Humbler than blade of grass. More tolerant than tree, not expecting respect, giving respect to everyone. Because America means you should be like this, performer, build empires. Not humility. Humility, in America, it's considered as weakness. The psychiatrist went and told, very badly affected. He cannot be corrected. The brainwashing happened so much. I really do not know whether I can, bring him back. So, why I said this, the boy said, which lifetime, which father you are? So he started asking this question. When he spoke like this, touched him. That is the first Bhagavatam class he heard. And in that recent past. And what is that? And then Narad Muni gave him mantra. Satyuga, very pure soul. In 7 days, he attained perfection. And because of the sadhana, his worshipful deity was Sankarshan. Actually, 2 days ago, Nityananda Prabhu, Parents' Day. Story of actually Nityananda Prabhu's devotee. So he got darshan of Sankarshan, he saw Sankarshan. And he became a Vidyadhara. But very interesting. So a Vidyadhara, he became a king of Vidyadharas. He was enjoying like anything in that Vidyadhara planet. One day, that's why this world, padam padam yadvipadam natesham. There is a danger at every step. That is his world. So one day Maharaj Chitraketu, he was going in his aeroplane, celestial aeroplane. And as he was going in the skyways, he happened to see a beautiful, scene. Lord Shiva putting Parvati on his lap, giving lecture to the sages on sense control. He was putting Mother Parvati on his lap. Lord Shiva was giving lecture on how to control mind and senses. He was speaking. Maharaj Chitraketu, wow, only Shiva can do this, amazing. But he laughed. So one is, Yadyatacharate sreshtas tattat eve turojana sayat pramanam krute lokasta danavartate. Shiva, if you do this, whole world, they'll try to follow this. That is one thing. Second thing is, wow, only you can do this. Putting your wife on your lap, you can only speak of the sense control. Nobody can speak. You can only do this. So it was what is that? But what happened? Mother Parvati, she was upset when he laughed like that. She said, my child, because she is a metal energy, personification of metal energy. All the jivas in this world are her children that way, because they have given us this body. For the soul, Krishna is the father. But for the material body, this material body was given by Lord Shiva and Parvati. She is the Prakriti, and we are all injected into this Prakriti by the glance of Vishnu. Who is that glance? Shiva, through the agency of Shiva. That way, Jagatah Pitrah Vande Parvati Parameshwara. Vagaddayu Sapratta Vagatta Pratipattaya. So they are considered the father and mother. So she said, oh my child, this is very inappropriate for you to do that. So how can you find fault with the, Lord Shiva? One is Mahajan, second is Gunavatar of Krishna. So you need to be corrected. I curse you only for the sake of correction. I curse you to become a Brahma Rakshas, become a demon. So somebody, like sometimes people argue, quarrel at homes. When somebody is in the somebody is exchanging, someone has heated discussion. I really want you to become a dog. I really want you to become a pig or a hog. You don't take it seriously, because nobody has any power like that. This is not you and me. Who is this? A mother of material nature is the personification of external energy. She is cursing you. Means you will become that. How many of you agree fear will come? Fear will come or not? I use the word fear will come or not. Let me tell you. Many people in the world don't meditate on death. Even if you have $1 billion in the bank, doctor says 20 days you won't be there. Fear starts. What will happen? So much fear starts actually. But if you come here and regularly do sadhana, develop faith, if you become a genuine devotee, sincere devotee, and you will understand whatever is good for me, Krishna is doing 10 times more than that. With that strength, you will be able to overcome that fear also. One day I went to somebody's home. Actually, I came to California that time. And this Prabhu passed away. I said, I'm coming back this weekend. They waited actually. He was only 39. That time I was 45. I got fear. 39, you are gone. 45. Means this will happen to me. Then I told myself, look, whatever you wanted, Krishna did much more than that. So that day also Krishna will take care of you. Don't worry. I told myself. From then, it became a little better. Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari Srotavya Kirtavyascha Smartavyascha Chatabayam. Oh Maharaj Prakshit. Supreme Personality of Godhead is Hari Krishna. Hear about Krishna, Srotavya. Listen about Krishna, glorify Krishna. Kirtitavyascha. Remember Krishna, Smartavya. then you will not have this fear, Parakshit. You have only 7 days left. So that's why a person who comes and regularly hears, real spiritual progress one can make when they come and hear topics on Krishna, Krishna and his devotees. Then you'll overcome fear. Otherwise, even if you are Musks or Mellons or whatever, all these big billionaires, they cannot become free from fear. So then immediately she cursed him. Hare Krishna. Then what is his composure? Bhagavatam explains he can counter curse. He has that power. He can counter curse. He didn't do that. A guard on the aeroplane came and fell at her feet. Mother, if that is your desire, I accept the curse. Without Krishna's sanction, nothing happens in this world. So behind this happening, whatever is happening right now, behind that Krishna's hand is there. I fully accept. Thank you very much. He left. Lord Shiva says the famous verse, Narayana Parasarvana Kutaschana Vibhati Swarga Apavargeshu Abhitulyara Darshanam. Parvati, you have misunderstood Krishna's devotees. What do you think of Krishna devotee? You unnecessarily cursed him. So devotees of Krishna, whether it is heaven or hell, they want only service. Swarga, Apavarga. Apavarga means what? Birth, old age, disease and death. Whether it is heavenly planets or in the cycle of birth and death, metal world. So wherever it is, or Naraka, hellish regions, they don't care. They want only service. You don't know the glory of Krishna's devotees, Parvati. You have unnecessarily cursed him. They don't care to go, they are ready to go anywhere to serve Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, to fulfill the mission of his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was in Vamsi Gopal temple. I don't know how many of you have seen the temple. You have to climb stairs. There was no plumbing, no toilets, nothing. Then he was in Radhamur temple. Same thing. But then he came to America. He was living in Bowery, known for prostitution and drug addiction. But later, because of Srila Krishna's, Lord Chaitanya's grace and Krishna's grace, maybe he started traveling everywhere, living in 7-star hotels. But that was austerity for Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, living in the 7-star hotel is an austerity for me. Living in Vrindavan is my sense gratification. That was his sense gratification. No, I want to traveling, preaching, and that is an austerity. All these affluent, so-called affluent places. My heart is always goes for Vrindavan. So, what is that? He accepted it. One time, one reporter asked, today you give a lecture on different means of travel through, you can travel through a bird, you can travel through aeroplane, you can travel through, holding the ray of sun, you can travel, or jumping into the downstream, you can come off Ganga, you can go to other planets, upstream, you can go to higher planets. You give so many varieties of means of transport, then why you flew in American Airlines? Prabhupada said, just to be one with you. That's it. Another same question Prabhupada said, why are you traveling in these aeroplanes? Prabhupada said, people are running very fast to go to hell. To stop them, I have to take flights to stop them. So I'm traveling in all these aeroplanes. Okay, come to America, stop, hey, don't go to hell. Chant Hare Krishna mantra once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, you have stopped. Some people, hey, Prabhupada, then let me Montreal. Wait, stop. Then Montreal, then you know what is the Toronto, then Montreal, then again Italy. Likewise, Prabhupada would go. Only to stop people going, stop people from going to hell. And he accepted it. And what happened? It was imminent. He was going to be all listen because it happened to him, not to us. What if we are in that shoes? We'll be shivering actually. Can you imagine yourself with the canine teeth? Like so. Very scary personality. And you love eating, you become a man-eater, eating human flesh. We cannot, that too is a Mahavaishno, good friends with Lord Shiva. That's why he did that. So, here Indra killed, I'm cutting the story short. Indra killed, what is it? No. Dasa is actually Indra's brother. Vishwarup. Vishwarup was his guru. Brihaspati left. So when the demons attacked, Vishwarup became guru. But when Indra came to know, Vishwarup was also offering oblations to the demons. Indra momentarily became very angry and cut off his head. Then Dasa became upset. And they did yajna, you all know the story. Instead of telling Indra Shatru, means you want to create a personality who can kill Indra. Because of the stretch of the mantra, Indra Shatru, he stretched it a little bit. Instead of killing a person who can kill, instead of creating a person who can kill Indra, because of this, because of the small mistake, they created a demon who would be killed by Indra. But who is that person? Maharaj Chitraketu. And he's such a huge personality, exotic personality. Very scary. Copper hair, head touching the sky. So by this time, the devotees, devatas were becoming victorious over demons. But when he was born, actually the demons were running away. When somebody is running away, you don't kill them actually. But devatas were trying to kill them actually. That's when Rudrasura was created. Everyone misunderstood him. That's why I said, bhakti is not a very stereotype. Now listen carefully. So today's, it's Rudrasura prayers, and it is Maharaj Chitraketu. Maharaj Chitraketu has we all have two dharmas. Nitya dharma, Naimittika dharma. Nitya dharma as a soul, you have to serve Krishna. But by the time you came to know this, you already have a designation. You are married or you have children, so you have a designation as a father, mother, husband, wife, employer. These are all the designations. So anything you do, working, taking care of the family, children, it is called a Naimittika. Because you need to take care of the body. And you need to take care of the responsibilities related to the body. But Nitya Dharma as a soul, it is your eternal occupation, serve Krishna. So what he was created for, he wanted to do. But I want to take a little pause and go back. No pause. So when Rudrasura was created, but before when Vishwarup was a guru, Vishwarup gave Narayan Kavach to Indra and said, this will protect you. Then Vritrasur was created, the devatas that they ran away. Hey, huge. They approached Vishnu. Vishnu said, create a weapon from the body of Dadichi, it's Vajra, thunderbolt. With that weapon you can kill Vritrasur. Devatas went to Dadichi and said, sir, you are amazingly wonderful, sir. We need a favor from you. He said, what? Please die and give your bone. How will you think? What will you think? Dadichi said, human life is meant for serving others. If you are using my body for a cause, I have no problem. And he sat in deep meditation and he left the body. And they took the bones and Indra made a Vajrayudh, thunderbolt. Now, why I said this detail is it's important. Now the battle, they all came together, battle started. And all the devatas, every Saptarishis, all the rishis, they were praying for Indrasur's death. Vritrasur's death. But nobody knew he was a pure devotee. How we started the session? Anyabhilashita sunyam. He had no other desire other than to please Krishna in a very different, in a different circumstance. He was asked to do something, but his motive is something. There's a slight, his Naimitic Dharma is one, Nitya Dharma. So he was following both. Naimitic Dharma appears to be something, though it was against Devatas, he was doing his duty for the pleasure of Krishna. So Krishna told Bhishma, you stay on the other side. Bhishma is Mahajan. How can Bhishma fight with, against Krishna's camp? Krishna told Bhishma, I want you to be on Duryodhana's side, only to tell the world, however powerful any person can be, maybe, if they take the side of adharma, they cannot win. To establish this principle, you stay on the other side. In other words, staying on the other side, Bhishma was actually serving the instruction of Krishna only. What is that? However great you may be, if you side adharma, injustice, you can never be victorious. So, now, Indra came on Airavat, elephant, and Vritrasur is huge. Indra threw a mace on Vritrasur. Vritrasur caught that mace and he kicked Indra. 15 feet Airavat fell down with so much pain. And from, when Airavat fell down, Indra also fell down. And Airavat, the elephant, experiences so much pain. Then Indra, he's a huge personality, his head is touching the sky. Indra became depressed. He lost hope. Can I really win? Now our session starts. Will I really win? Then Vritrasur is telling, you are doubting whether you will win or not? Hey, that Vajrayudh was created, that thunderbolt was created on the instruction of Vishnu. You have to win. You have to be victorious. Don't lose. I am fighting for the sake of fighting. But I know victory is yours because Krishna is on your side. You are all chanting the holy name. Victory is on your side. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So you may be tormented by greed, you may be tormented by lust, you may be tormented by envy. Ladies and gentlemen, devotees and matas, Prabhus and matas, don't worry. Victory is on Your side. Why? Lord Chaitanya has given process. This bhakti process is to please Krishna and Radharani. Maya is powerful. Maya got that power from Krishna. Krishna is infinite. Krishna's energy is infinite. So Maya is also that way infinitely powerful. What is our tiny Vajrayad? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But Maya is staring. Maya is standing opposite to us. She is infinite. But what is the Rudrasarma example? Don't underestimate the power of the grace. Krishna is on your side. Lord Chaitanya came, Nityananda Prabhu came only for this purpose. You have already chanted the holy name, you are already following the process, you will be victorious. Though you are fighting with, you are battling with Maya, who has unlimited power. So holy name will cleanse the heart. It will, Darpanam Arjunam Bhava, Damag Nirvapanam. It will save you from the forest fire of existence. That's 8 things. So don't lose hope. It will work, process will work. You will go back to Godhead. Sometimes, 8 years over, same greed, same lust. Will the process work or not? Anyone thought like that? Those who are not raising hands, they raised a hand in the heart. Some people are 20 years over, same problem. Will the process really work or not? Some people 40 years over, everyone is glorifying me, senior devotee. Andar Kali Pura. Will the process work or not? On a very unexpected day, Krishna will reveal. What is very important in bhakti? Enthusiasm, confidence, and what is the last one? Patience. Louder. Patience. Wait. It will happen. So, Haiguru Prabhu went to Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, I am already chanting 16 rounds past 6 months. I have not seen the Krishna's universal form yet. I have not seen the Krishna's universal form yet. Prabhupada said, keep chanting. In Prabhupada voice, keep chanting. So, if you say, past 25 years I am chanting but it has not happened, that's why it has not happened. You cannot, it will happen tomorrow or it will not happen after 20 years also. This is PhD. Either you will get PhD or after 20 years also failed PhD. PhD appeared but failed. So, but again, there is only delay. There is no darkness in the spiritual world. That is the first verse. Wait, you are empowered. You are blessed by Vishnu. Your Vajrayad may be this much. I may be this much. Don't lose hope, Indra. You will win. I am fighting for the sake of fighting. That's why, what is our victory flag? Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. It will win. That's why we have monthly Sankirtan festival. So every month there is a victory. So Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So that's why it's called attack is the best defense. You bring more and more people to Krishna consciousness. But at the same time, you should also be equipped with good sadhana. It's very important. It's a balance. Then, the famous verse. Nanaka prishtam na paramishtam na sarvabhaumam na rasadhipatyam na yoga siddhir apanarbhavamba samanjasatva virahaya kankshe. I don't want heavenly planets. I don't want mystic powers. I don't even want liberation. Sarabhaumam, Narasadhipatyam. I don't want to be the emperor of emperors. I don't want mystic powers. Samanjasatva Grahaya Kanksha. When will the day come I'll reunite with Krishna? Indra thought, Ray, is in the demon body speaking about pure devotional service. So what is Lord Chaitanya? Of course, what is the moment, how, the day he accepted Parvati's curse, one needs to have humility. That is a Trinada Pesanichana. Because he respected Parvati, he didn't say anything. So the third verse, because of the third verse, in the next body is telling, I don't want anything from this world. I don't want heavenly pleasures, I don't want, pleasures of the opposite sex, I don't want, the controllership, I don't want the mystic powers, not even liberation. If it is keeping me away from you, my Lord, I don't want liberation also. So if you are humble, to the extent we are humble, that much extent we can say no to these things. If you are not, what do you want? Sadanam sajanam sasundarim. I want this, I want this, I want this. Then it is a mixed devotional service. I want all these things, I also want bhakti, means it is not pure devotional service. Indra is a devotee. If you perform 100 fire sacrifices, then you will become Indra. Prod Bhaktamurta. But mixed devotee. But he was very scary to look at. But pure devotee. He doesn't need that also. Okay, I was created, but at least let me occupy, let me enjoy. Give me little donation to Vishnu. That is devotion. But what Krishna says, what is there in your heart? Is it pure devotee or a mixed devotee? Gandhi says spiritualists are also, they are very selfish. They want liberation. He mentions it, Gandhi mentions it in his book. Lord Chaitanya made a full stop to that. I don't even want liberation. I don't want liberation. I want only service to your Lotus feet. Birth after birth. He is not even asking liberation. That is pure devotional service. But let me tell you, without third verse, we cannot apply fourth verse. Without humility, we cannot apply. The mind wants it. Third verse? What is the third verse? How easy it is to recite. How many of you agree it is the most difficult verse? At least I realize for myself. Wow. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, I'm a worm in the stool. Nobody should see my face. If you see my face, you will become sinful. How many of us think here, if anybody sees my face, they will become sinful? Do you think like that? That's why we are here. What is that? And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami went to every devotee to collect information on Lord Chaitanya. 3 devotees give a very different and special blessing. Loknath Goswami, I'll give you a blessing only if you don't write my name in this book. Everyone knew this will be like the book of, the book of Kali Yuga. Next 10,000 years it will be very famous. If you are in that book, at least you get your name there. Everyone will know you. What is Loknath Maharaj telling? Loknath Goswami telling? The Guru of Narottam Das Thakur, you should not mention my name there. Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, you should not mention my name there. I don't want that. Wow, amazing. That's why you don't see so much about them. Minimum mention. Vaigunya Keta Galitam Paisunya Vranapiritam Dainyarname Nimagnoham Sri Chaitanya Vaidyamasri. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, my body is filled with the germs of mental activity. Because of that, my heart is filled with boils of envy. My body is filled with the boils of envy. Because of that, I am drowned in the ocean of material existence, sorrow. So, ocean of sorrow of material existence. For that reason, I have taken shelter of the ultimate doctor, Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Vaidyamasri. Spirituality is not a restaurant. Bhakti is not a restaurant. Bhakti is a temple, hospital. What is the difference? When you go to restaurant, hey, for me 2 idli, 2 puri, pizza, dosa. You choose. But when you go to hospital, you don't tell the doctor, I don't want operation, that injection, that sweet medicine. The doctor says, take him to ICU, operation is needed, he'll die otherwise. If you think it is restaurant, you will decide. If you think it is hospital, they will decide. Indians have the temple shopping. In ISV, you people don't really take care of me, I'll go to other temple only. So you are thinking temple as a restaurant. No. We have come here to get rid of our envy. We have approached the shelter of Radha Madan Mohanji and Lord Chaitanya, Srila Prabhupada. If you approach with that consciousness, then we make a lot of progress. If you choose our services, then we don't make so much progress. So can you come and cook a breakfast? Difficult. Okay. Can you come and make offering your Brahman initiated? Difficult. Okay, maybe you already cooked, offering is done. Can you come and wash pots? Difficult. Alright, pot washing is also done. Can you come and take prasad? Actually, I don't want to, but for your pleasure, I'll come and take prasad. This service, I'll do it, but other service, I cannot do. Then we don't make so much progress. Honestly speaking, in Brahmacharya Ashram, the common saying, one time Garam Prabhu said, if Brahmacharis do things that they don't like to do, they'll make more progress. If you do things that you don't want to do, it's very easy to jump up and down dancing. Guru comes, very easy to cry. Guru Maharaj. Because it doesn't come anyway every day. But other days it's But can you do this service? Difficult. Can you do this Haribol? Prabhu, can you do this service? Always you tell me only, Next time I should not come so early. No, you may do it. But with this feeling, then it's not so much appreciation. Tests will come in bhakti. We make progress as we pass. I'm sure many of you answered puzzles. Puzzle 4 plus 4, 8. 15 plus 15, 30. I think puzzles are very easy, but after 10th one it changes. 11th one becomes tougher. 15th one even tougher. Likewise, following 4 regular principles, chanting 16 rounds will give you qualification to open Bhagavatam. As you go forward, many more things will come. Then after a few years, you'll think, if only I knew this, I would not have come here. Slowly they made me commit. This Prabhu chanted 2 rounds, Haribol. So Haribol. Then he'll increase to 4. And then he 8, 12. Krishna is also a powerful salesman. He'll give that initial kick. In that kick, you'll get initiated also. And those of you parents, so immediately you'll hold the children's hand, your son's hand or daughter's hand, you'll make them walk. The child thinks, I am walking on my own. After some time, father and mother, they leave. Walk. He cannot even get up. Come. Earlier I was walking. Why I cannot go? Come. I cannot even get up. With great difficulty, stand. Thud. Then you get up. Come. How many of you agree? Initial 1-2 years, 16 rounds is a cakewalk. After 2 years after initiation, first round, beats don't move. 14th round comes, joy happens. Joy enters into that. It happens actually after 13th round. 12th round is over. 8th round crosses, amaya. Little comfort. 12th round over, 13th round, some special energy enters into the heart. 15th round, tears will be flowing from the eyes. Why? I don't need to touch the bead bag for next 24 hours. Somebody is saying, he has become a pure devotee, she has become a pure devotee, tears are flowing. So, but what is your success? Earlier you could not even stand, now you are standing up. Earlier, 1 round also difficult. You don't even know this, but now you are chanting 16 rounds. Somebody comes, can you preach to him? Prabhu, you are not his body, Prabhu. Wow. Few years ago, you don't even know that. It takes long time, sorry, but So, what is, by giving little prasad, little association, kirtan, what is Srila Prabhupada, what is he doing? He is committing you to the highest devotional service. One day he will say, Nadhanam najanam nasundarmi. I don't want nadhanam. I don't want money, I don't want followers, I don't want the allurements of opposite sex. What do you want? I don't want liberation also. Should I tell another small story?
Yes.
One day one king, he told his minister, my daughter is telling she doesn't want to marry any prince, but she wants to marry only saints. You go to the, Vrindavan or Rishikesh, you get some sage, young man, any sage, bring him here, we'll get him married. The minister went to his home. Tomorrow, he told his wife, I am going to Vrindavan to bring some sages. Our princess will marry one of these guys. When he was telling his wife, one thief came. He heard this. Wow. I don't need to steal here, I won the jackpot. So she followed him finally. The minister reached Vrindavan, he found all the young sages. By the time he reached, the thief was already there with a nice beard. So minister saw him. Nice sage, young man, sage. Sage, you want to come to our palace? For what? Our king wants to see you. Not interested, want only to please you, I'll come. He knew what is going to happen. So like a few young sages were brought into the palace. The princess will come to see them. Then they made an announcement. You know why you're all here? Why? The princess will choose one of you for her marriage, and you have to marry. You guys decide. In the evening, you will be meeting her. That guy left. Thief was so happy. Wow, I never thought, I'll come this much close. Then they all start, all the sages, hey, we don't know that. If only this is what we are brought in for. We don't know how come. Who will marry the prince, and the princess? We don't want to get married. They start talking. There's so much pain, so much suffering. And this guy was listening. So then they start telling all these things. Our goal is meant for self-realization. We are very happy sitting in Vrindavan doing tapasya. We don't want to come here and change this life and get into all these material pleasures. This much happiness, this much suffering, this much happiness, this much suffering. We don't want that. I don't know how many of you agree. Gulab Jamun, 40 seconds. Gulab Jamun, Rasgulla, 1 minute. Happiness. For a change, Gulab Jamun, Rasgulla and Samosa, 2.5 minutes. But the diabetes comes to 200,000 hours of suffering. So in this material world, everything, it gives you this much happiness, this much suffering. Okay, princess came. She liked everyone. So First one, she liked you, will you marry her? This says, definitely not. If you allow me, I'll go back. So likewise, everyone said, no, we don't want to marry. Finally, the thief turn came. Will you marry her? Definitely not. Because he heard a lot. Because he heard a lot from them in that 1 hour, in that whole day, because of so much hearing, he understood, because of the association and hearing, he understood the nature of this world. So definitely not. I don't want to marry her. Then they said, thank you very much. You are all very exalted souls. So we request you to go back. We'll arrange the transportation, send you back. So even though he was thief, because he heard a lot, the moral is you're all hearing a lot. So eventually, nadanam najanam nasundarim. That's what we all came to America for, right? But after hearing so much, hey, you want dhanam? Oh, definitely not. You want janam? Oh, definitely not. Sundarim? No. Then what do you want? Monthly Sankirtan festival, distribution of books, prasad, service, Guru Maharaj pleasure. Why you have heard a lot? Ajata paksha iva matanam kaga stanyam yata vatsarata kshadarda priyam priyeva vishitam vishana manoravindaksha didrikshatetvam. Yeah. Oh lotus eyed Lord, actually birds that have not yet developed their wings always look for their mother to return and feed them. Small calves tied with ropes await anxiously the time of milking, when they will be allowed to drink the milk of their mothers. Or as a morose wife whose husband is away from the home always longs for him to return, and I always yearn for the opportunity to render direct service unto you, my Lord. He's telling. So we'll actually, I will come to this. So here he is giving a comparison. The way the tiny birds who have not developed the wings, they look for the mother. When will my mother bird come and feed us? Mommy, 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 mommy. At the age of 1 month, the child learns one thing. What is that? If I cry, I get what I want, milk. The moment child becomes hungry, child will not even if the water bottle is next to the child will not take it. Child will, immediately wherever the mother is, the mother will come and put the milk and the bottle in the mouth, or she will breastfeed. Ajata pakshaya mataram kaga. So one thing is helplessness. They are very helpless. Dependent on the mother. That is his mood. Such a huge, gigantic, scary personality, what he's telling? My Lord, I am dependent, I am longing. What is that? I am longing to see you. The way a calf looks for the mother. The way calf looks for the mother. I know how many of you have seen, as soon as the mother comes, this calf who is tied, mother, release me, I want to, go to my mother, I want to go to my mother and drink the milk. That longing, which was in Sikshashtakam. Sunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahinime. Sunya. World is a dreary void without Krishna. Longing. So likewise, the way Radharani longs for Krishna, gopis long for Krishna. So you see Krishna everywhere. Radharani sees Krishna everywhere. Yugayatam nemishena chaksha pravarshaayatam sunyayatam jagat sarvam Today, maybe green card Verhename. But on a pure platform, Govinda Verhename. Sunya Treri wide. So, one is helplessness. Second thing is the longing. We should develop. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Tam Krishna he pralaya koti shatantarepi. You know? So, Lord Chaitanya, if you keep Lord Chaitanya as Krishna aside, the Lord Chaitanya, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Intense. So it is said, he was in what is that, Jagannath Puri, during the Sharat Purnima, Saradhava Goswami was singing. And Lord Chaitanya looked towards the ocean side, the ocean appeared blue, immediately reminded him of Yamuna, he disappeared. Because Krishna is there. So whatever what is that, feelings he exhibited, what are the ecstasies he exhibited, they were unparalleled in this history of mankind. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And Goswamis also, they never said Dasa Krishna. Hey Radhe Vraja, Devi ki chalalite. Enanda Sunakot. Where is Krishna? The divine madness, Divyon Madam. Lord Chaitanya came to his pre-teacher, Raga Bhakti, not Vaidhi. Raga sadhana. Raganuga sadhana. Intense. So, what is that? So now I actually have to put these two things here. So that one he exhibited that, Rutanasara exhibiting that. Next one, Dasa, Aham Hare Tava Padaika Mula, Dasa Nadaso Bhavitasmi Bhuya, Manasmareta Shapatir Gunamste, Granitava Karma Karotu Kaya. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, will I be able to be a servant of your eternal servants? O find shelter only at your lotus feet. O Lord of my life, may I again become their servant, so that my mind may always think of your transcendental attributes. My words always glorify those attributes, and my body always engage in the loving service of your Lordship. One day, see what is he telling? Servant of, servant of, servant. Dasa anu daso, bhavitasmi bhuya. So, Prahlad Maharaj is telling, because of Prahlad Maharaj's prayers, Krishna came in his most ferocious form as Narsingha Deva, performed operation, killed Hiranyakashipu. And what is Prahlad telling? When will the day come when I, in the association of Narad Muni, glorify you? Now you got Krishna, but what is he telling? My Guru. He is the one. When I was there in the womb of my mother, he came and gave me Krishna. I want to serve you in his association. Not that I found you. Bhakti, Vaishnavism means I am servant of servant of servant of servant of my Guru Maharaj and the devotees. This is exactly opposite to the present world. We are saying Dasanadas, material world says boss on a boss. I want to be boss. Then I want to become boss to boss. That's why we need to give up our baggage, old baggage. That is Sektasur. Old and new bad habits. That is Sektasur. One day King Kulshekar got up in the morning and he got up, and next to his bed and Krishna was standing. He had Krishna darshan. That's when he wrote Mukundamala. Tvadbrutya brutya paricharaka brutya brutya brutyasya brutya. 7 times he said, Maya. Krishna said, what do you want? Make me servant of servant of servant of servant of servant of servant of servant. Birth after birth. He is a king. He doesn't need any, everyone would worship him. In our, in home also, husband says, I am the controller of the home. Mata says, I am controller of home. Children say, I am the controller of controllers. So in the home of 4, there are 4 controllers. So, but what is he telling? Make me servant of servant of servant of servant of servant. 7 times he said, Pralokanatha. So, a person who has that consciousness, they become very dear to Krishna. So, Mamuttam sloka janeshu sakyam samsara chakre brahmata swakarmabhi tvan mayatma jadara dehe swasakta chittasya nanata bhuyat. O Lord, my Master, I am wandering throughout this material world as a result of my fruitive activities. Therefore, I simply seek friendship and the association of your pious and enlightened devotees. My attachment to my body, my wife, children, and home is continuing by the spell of your external energy. But I wish to be attached to them no longer. Let my mind, my consciousness, and everything, I have to be attached only to you. Kripaya tapada pankaja stadodoli sadrusam vichintaya nayanangala dasturdaraya vadanangat kadrutaya pulakayana chitam kada tavanama grahane bhavishyati. So, Prabhupada told Bhaktichari Swami, every lifetime we have parents, we have children, brothers, we have sisters, we have family, we have wife, we have husbands, we have kids. What we don't have is a Krishna. Give one lifetime to Krishna. But if you are already married, stay in that marriage. Don't give it up. Take good care of them. It's very important. Respect them even much more. Because the Krishna is there in their heart too. You have to make the decision before you get in there. After getting there, doors are closed. So, and you should respect them. With Krishna in the center. So, but what is very important? Prabhupada told him, just give one lifetime to Krishna. So for you, those of you single or married, give one lifetime to Krishna. If you are single, give one lifetime to Krishna. Currently being single. You can change later if you want to. But those are more than single, keep Krishna in the center of your family life. And take good care of your family. Very important. With seeing Krishna, even if you don't see Krishna in their heart, Krishna is there in their heart too. But practice Krishna consciousness. But be situated wherever you are comfortably situated. You don't need to change anything. Add Krishna to your life. Kuch chhodna nahi hai, kuch jodna hai, kya jodna hai? Krishna, that's it. So, Naikatrasya priya samasa suhrada chittagamnam ogena vyuhyamanam plavanam srata soyata. What is the family? Strass and grass, they are brought together by the power of the waves. When one wave will come and it will bring all the straws and grass. You have seen? Anybody seen? And the wave, they will be shaking like this. That is a family. This verse was told by, then this verse comes in the discussion of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva. We are brothers, cousins, not so far. But I'm sorry you have gone through a lot. 7 of your children were killed. But we can't do anything. The power of time will bring us together. Power of time will separate us. Even family people, Children, once they graduate, they go away. It will take a lot of time. Sometimes my father died 37 years ago, never to meet again. So, Okenam Yuhyamanam Plavanam Suratasuyat. So the one wave will bring all the straws and grass together, another wave will come and hit very hard. They're all separated, never to meet again. That is family. But as long as we are together, Give Krishna to them. Krishna is your relationship. That is good for them and you. You know? So what he is telling? So if you can Krishnaize everything, you can Krishnaize your work, you can Krishnaize your relationships. That way it is good for them and us. But we should plan our material life, means career and social life, our relationships. We should deal with them in such a way, when we come to chant, we should chant with focus. Otherwise, first 8 rounds career, next 8 rounds relationship problems. That's not good, right? So we have to make sure, even if some problems are there, here and there, that's okay. But you and Krishna at this juncture, because you are chanting holy name. So he said this, and you are telling you don't have faith? No. This is Vishnu's thunderbolt, he will become victorious for it. And Indra picked up strength. And he cut off the head of Rudrasura. He cut off the hand of Rudrasura. Rudrasura did not, what is that? He was very least. He picked up the mace and threw it on Indra. And threw it on Indra. Indra, with the thunderbolt, he cut off the mace, and the same force he cut off the second arm of Rudrasura. Being armless or handsless, Rudrasura was least disturbed because he was doing his duty. He put his chin on the ground, made his mouth touch the sky before Indra, and what he did? Like a gulab jamun, he swallowed Indra and Airavat. And look, Dad, what you have created me for, I have done my job. I have swallowed him. Why you created? I finished. And immediately went into deep meditation. That's it, done it. All the devatas, alas, alas, Indra died. Like a chocolate, he ate it. But because Vishrup gave him Narayan Kavach, Indra did not die. He took the Vajra and he cut off his belly and came out. When he came out, he saw his enemy in deep meditation. Why? I did my job. I lost my hands and I fulfilled the wish of the person who has created me. Now I'll go through this pain, but let me go back to God's hand. But Indra came out, enemy is not fighting, in deep meditation. Then Indra took the sword, started cutting off his head. Indra took 1 year to cut off his head. The head became so stiff because of his deep meditation. It took 1 year. Sometimes Hare Krishna, tick. What's that? Hare Krishna, tick. Hare Krishna, what is this? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Slight disturbance, we are disturbed in our chanting. Yes or no? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. His head was being cut, he did not come out of meditation. He was so absorbed. That is absorption. And of course, Indra won, and he got all the heavenly pleasures. He got his royal throne. He won to lose. He won the battle, but he lost the war of the mental existence. Rudrasura lost the war only to become victorious. That day he reunited with the Sankarsha, Nityananda Prabhu. So, Prabhuji and Mataji's human life is meant for self-realization. We are not the body, we are not the mind, but we are a spirit soul. We don't know what we be, So Rishabdev explains in the Bhagavatam, we have gone through so many bodies, so many species, but we have automatically attained the human form. This human form will not stay with us for a long time. But if only we utilize human form to get rid of the impurities and awaken that love of Godhead, then we'll go back to Krishna. Otherwise, you may win the battle, but you'll lose the war. That's what Christianity says. What profit a man make? What is it? Something like that. If he loses the soul, if he loses the soul. Right? So my request to you, wherever you are, sthana sthada shuddhikata tanvan manobir, stay where you are, but keep Krishna in the center firmly, move forward. Should I continue for 10 minutes or question answers? Any question or comment? Yes, Lord. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you for such a wonderful class. This really gave us so much hope that we are so fortunate in this Kali Yuga that Mahaprabhu has given us this ultimate solution, this ultimate vajra of chanting, taking shelter of the devotees and so on. So Prabhu, I had one question. You mentioned this point that sometimes after practicing Krishna consciousness for many years, even devotees who have practiced for 30, 40 years, they may get this feeling, oh, am I making any progress at all? Is the process working? But then suddenly Krishna will show that, oh, it is working. So we just need to have some faith. So Prabhu, are there any examples you would like to give, maybe from your own life or from any other devotee's life, where such a question came up, but then Krishna immediately revealed something, and that...
You are sitting here as a standing testimony that Krishna did reveal something to you, otherwise you would not have continued here. Devotees who are sitting here is a good example that they had some experience. That's why they are continuing. How many examples you want me to give? So many examples. As simple as that. Prabhuji, process is simple, not easy. That too in Kali Yuga. I have so many examples actually. For somebody, day one. For somebody, it takes time. Honestly speaking, I can give so many examples that will actually shake up your mind. Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. But if you are not sincere, if you are not sincerely determined, that example will become like a drug, like a marijuana or something like that. One should develop faith in the process by reading scriptures, Bhagavatam, and chanting the holy name. It's very important actually. But anyway, one devotee, I give this story. I tell this on Narsingha Chaturdasi. Narsingha here. To cut the story short, till what time we can go? This class can go? 10 o'clock, right? Okay. So, I'll tell his name later, So, ISKCON Prabhupada times, book distribution, right? He went, he was trying to distribute books. Nobody was coming. There's a lot of competition, you need to prove yourself. Finally, one guy came to him. His dress was not so great, very shabbily dressed. You have books? Oh, yeah, I have books. You'll give? Which book you want? I'll take all the books. Really? Yes. So then, give it to me. So my car is there. Actually, this was happening in a parking lot. So he took, so come, I'll pay you there. So he took him to the end of the parking lot. It took him behind one truck. So this person, not like any other devotee, was also educated by the time he joined full time. So he had that eerie feeling as he was walking behind him. Really he wanted to buy. Something was telling him no, but somehow, because he had that enthusiasm to sell books for Prabhupada, he followed him. He took him to the end of the track, and immediately took the gun out. Take all the money out. He sold a few books and he had $30 in his pocket. And he gave him. That person said, I'm sorry, you have seen me, so you'll tell police. I have to kill you. Like in the movies, what they do, they put the gun and there's a music, 365 degrees, you're there like 10 minutes. In the material world, it doesn't happen like that. He said, I have seen you, you have seen me, you'll tell the police, I have to kill you. When he said, it's happened in seconds. Immediately, you don't even have time to think, chant Narsingha prayers actually. As soon as that person said like this person said, I didn't even pray. In my mind, Narsingha appeared. Krishna is giving him remembrance. And that guy pulled the trigger. And when sound came, bullet didn't come. This devotee froze, 22 to 23. He froze because he pulled the trigger. They're like this, 1-2 feet distance, that's it. And that guy froze. You think it's an empty gun? Fully loaded. Last night I killed one guy. I don't know why it didn't. Then when this thing happened, it did not work. Then this devotee, then that thing happened, he started praying intensely. Then he prayed. My Lord, because last moment, not praying to save him. He wants to remember Krishna, right? That's the training we got. Remember Krishna at the time of death. He was intensely praying. But that in his mind, Narsingha was there fully. And that guy was shivering. They stood like this for 10 minutes in the parking lot with the gun on his forehead. Finally, you have to speak something, which you cannot. He's putting the gun, but he's sharing. Finally, this devotee said, give me my $30 back. You have to do something, dilute. He said, I'll not give. But in his mind, Narsingha was there. That guy, in a slow motion, put the gun down in his pocket. He left. Like the story, the gun is fully loaded. He showed also. Why he did not fire, he did not know, but he knew. Today this devotee, many people left movement after Prabhupada left. He never left because he got that experience, first-hand experience. Somebody gets it very immediately, somebody gets it late, but you will all get it. You liked it? Today he's a GBC. He's a GBC and he did PhD later. So I have many more stories. ISKCON is filled with stories. All you have to do is dig. Yes, any other question? That Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you very much for this wonderful class. Prabhuji, you touched upon this, but I wanted to ask this prayer which Vitrasur prayed, like Mama Uttama Shloka Janeshu Sakhyam. So he's basically asking for the association of devotees, and the last part of the verse, he says, like the association with family, children, like he doesn't want that, like he says that my chitta should not get asakta to that, to all those things. And you also gave example of Giraswami Maharaj. So Maharaj, Prabhuji, I wanted to ask this, that like previously also, like we have seen, like generally even the big Rajarishis, like, they would leave home and then they would go to Vanprastha and then they would practice. And now like in the contemporary world, it is like you stay together and then you practice. But I feel like this is a like difficult problem given to like less qualified. Like previously they were like very much qualified. Even then, like they would pray that those the attachment to family, children, like even Vitrasur is praying for that, and even big Rajarishis also, even like they had to leave home practically, like to practice with intensity. So how to understand that and like follow, like to whatever best capacity we can, staying together.
Deshakala Patra. It's very important to follow the Guru also. Those days are different from these days. One person, real story, he went to his Guru and said, I want to go to Himalayas. The Guru said, you were married recently and you have 2 children. Why do you want to go? No, this is too difficult. I cannot do this. I want to go to Himalayas. Then he said, spiritual master said, your basement is your Himalayas. In Himalayas, due to global warming, there is no snow, only mosquitoes. If you really listen to me, make your basement your Himalayan cave. Morning 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock you go there, don't come out till 8 o'clock. But then come out and do your job, take care of your job and family nicely. You will attain perfection this way than that way. You will attain more perfection than this way than that way. Today the person actually is 70. He made that basement as Himalayan cave. He continued. He recently retired actually. So what works, Guru knows. Those days were different from these days. Varnashram was very active those days. Because of various reasons, Varnashram is not very active, Varnasankara only. So second thing is, the children are not taking care of the mother when the father goes away. So if the father goes away, first of all, he is not very well prepared. After going there, he will start meditating with the family and his 401k, everything. So second thing is, children are not taking care of the mother. Mother will become a deadly enemy again, enemy to ISKCON actually. So what is the tradition in ISKCON now? Once they bring up the children from beginning, train them in Krishna consciousness, eventually they get their jobs, they fly away. Then the parents would move closer to temple and they do service to the temple. Deity worship, whatever services. That way, because the knowledge is given on daily basis. So you develop that type of sweet relationship. In other words, you'll Krishnaize your relationship with your family, with the spouse. That way they'll both go back to Godhead. That's a trend in ISKCON nowadays. Devotees will be they'll move closer to temple to do service together. But olden days, the situation was much more congenial to practice. Actually, if you see what is that, Mother Archie and Prithu Maharaj, they both went together. Dhritarashtra and Gandhari went together. So but anyway, what works nowadays is this. Stay together and practice, worship together. That way we'll go back to Godhead together. That is the trend of ISKCON today. Does it answer your question? Thank you, Hare Krishna. You don't need to leave anything. Was that your question or anything else?
No, my question was basically, Prabhuji, is that like stay together and practice, like make basement your like cave. It appears that it is like difficult problem, like difficult challenge to practice for a less qualified people like Kali Yuga. Like previously, those even like they were more focused and qualified. Like they could do that. Like if you ask them to do, they would do. Like for example, Amrish Maharaj, like he stayed together. Like maybe Bharat Maharaj would not leave. Like Bharat Maharaj, like he was like even before leaving, he was accomplished Rajrishi. Like maybe he would not have to go to like forest. And now, for example, for us, like even if we go to forest, we are thinking about our family. So when we are staying together and then practice with intensity, so it's a like difficult in a way, like because out of sight is little bit out of mind. Like if you don't think, when you live in a luxury, when you have so much comfort and you are also entangled in work and everything, and then with kind of attention we have like as a Kali Yuga being, now practicing with intensity and focus. So as in Vanprastha maybe or like whatever. So that is difficult, Prabhuji. Difficult.
Staying in the family is difficult.
No, staying in a family and practicing with focus, all that, and then to go away and practice, I feel that is a little bit easier. And
Going away is easier.
And practicing, like, I mean, I'm just thinking if one has to do it, it would be easy if they would go to forest. That's why previously people would go to forest and like Vanprastha as a concept, like in the ashram. So now, like today, it's not possible as you mentioned, right? Going, and there's no forest only, like where to go, right? So
what is the question?
So the question is, like now it is even difficult, and the qualification also has reduced. So how to do it in a better way, like? So that was my question.
I already gave my answer there.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I
simple
just
as that.
yeah.
Oh, but I want to add few more things. Project grass on the other side is always easy, always green. So okay, now I got married. It's difficult. So if I want to practice bhakti, then let me go there and practice bhakti alone. Mind always makes so many propositions actually. So best thing is, as I said before, rather than seeing whether it is difficult, you see only one thing, whether it is right or wrong. So many things you don't like, you are doing it. Who wants to go to work every day? Monday morning, Sunday night, you are not sleeping. Your spouse asks, why you are not sleeping? Past 2 days I have not worked, I'm longing to go to work. Doesn't even say that. Doesn't even say, I'm longing to chant my rounds. Maybe after some time we'll tell, but, of course, maybe by this time somebody might have acquired, I am longing to chant. But day one, not really. So, see whether what is right and do it. That's what I can tell,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. I have one question, Prabhuji. So we all have been trying to chant, like you said, like for many years, and we want to make spiritual progress. We all have good intent. So how do we understand that we are making spiritual progress, right, as we are spending time in Krishna consciousness? And second, when I look at myself, I don't see that, we say that, okay, we have to overcome kama, krodha, lobha, moha, like the 6 enemies, right? So I don't see that happening. So how do we understand that where am I going wrong?
We'll do one by one. First question you said.
How do we understand we are making spiritual progress?
First one is, thank you, Prabhuji. Actually, Shraddha to Prema is a ladder. I changed this for this. Anishtita Bhakti to Nishtita Bhakti. Anishtita Bhakti means Anartha Nivritti stage. Anartha Nivritti stage, we are tormented by anarthas. But when we come to Nishta, Vishnu Chakravarti mentions very well in Madhuri Kadambani. Ekadeshavartini, Bahudeshavartini, Prayiki, one more, Purna, and the 5th one is there. You should know, from Anartha Nivritti, when you practice bhakti in Anartha Nivritti, your bhakti is unsteady. I am repeating again, these are very valuable actually. When you are practicing bhakti during Anartha Nivritti, your bhakti is unsteady, anishtita. Vishnu Chakravarti gives 5 reasons, 5 different types of devotees. Utsahamai, Ghanatarala, Vyadvikalpa, Tarangarangini, one more. So these 5 means, you have a lot of desires, you have name and fame, driven by sense enjoyment, one day enthusiastic, another day down, Sunday pure devotee, Monday, So these are all, so should I join full time, should I become a monk, or get married, or should I go back to Indian practice, or should I practice in, these are all, examples of anishtita bhakti, unsteady bhakti. But if you continue, unsteady bhakti has one advantage. Kleshagni subhada. Without, even though you are practicing with all these doubts and trials and tribulations, you are getting purified. You are becoming free. You are becoming free from the unwanted things. Subhada is causing auspiciousness. Grace is coming. Slowly you will go to Nishtita Bhakti. But unsteady Bhakti to steady Bhakti, unsteady to Nishta, has to go through the tunnel of Trunadapsa Nichana. Many times I want to avoid this verse, but everywhere it is coming. Finally said, all right, at least I'll bend my head so that I'll go to the next level. So, in Nishta, when you are in Nishta stage, whether it rains or sun shines or snows, you'll chant your rounds. You'll follow 400 principles. Nishta. The anarthas that are there in the anartha nivritti, they'll shake you up actually. But when you are in the Nishta stage, same anarthas that they are there, they don't shake you so much, you get relief. When there is a pouring rain, after 1 hour rain goes down, but still is raining. You say, now I'll go because I have a little umbrella. Nishta, after Nishta is Ruchi. Anartha's influence will be there. After Ruchi is Asakti, attachment. After Asakti is Bhava. Ekadesi Vartani means one of the anarthas are removed. That's called Ekadesi Vartani. Bahudesi Vartani means many of the anarthas are removed. Anarthas are almost removed. That will happen in Asakti stage. Prayiki, almost means that attachment stage. Suddenly one time, I think they're all gone. You start giving advice to people. Then they come back, hey, we are there. Don't worry, you are thinking they are gone. I am still there. Oh, really? Then you'll hold your beats, you'll do extra rounds. They will bother you, not to that extent, but they are there. Prayik, the last word I forgot. Purna. Purna is one, Only prema stage only, after attaining love of Godhead only, that is removed, Prabhu. So, mere presence of anarthas does not mean you are still in anartha nivritti stage. You might have already gone far. But once in a while that is bothering you, you think you are stuck. No, you have gone far. You are understanding? Actually, if you have attained Nishta, that is good. No matter what, you have resolved, I'll chant my 16 rounds. Whether I get the power, when I go to party, or somebody dies at home, or I got a position of CEO, this is my process. With that, I genuinely want to serve my spiritual Prabhupada, spiritual master and devotees. With the servant of servant mode, you should know you are already on Nishta stage. Nishta stage is a great attainment actually. But the next one is Ruchi. Today we have Ruchi only for Gulab Jamun and Sunday feast. But we need to get Ruchi for other things. It will come. When together we come, if you get taste for, when somebody is chanting with happiness, ecstasy, you should know that person is liberated. Prabhupada, first avenue, second avenue, the initial time, first temple. One reporter asked, Swamiji, how many pure devotees you have in your moment? Prabhupada, how many devotees we have? 75. Prabhupada, we have 75 pure devotees. These are all hippies. He said, we are pure devotees. So Prabhupada is telling, the process pure. If you stay, you'll become pure. Only thing is you have to pursue. That's why out of Utsaha, Nischaya, Dharyat, third one is important. All three are very equally important, but third one is more. What is that? Patience. Our problem is, when we perceive anarthas, we think we are in anartha nivritti stage. No. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says, as you go away from anartha nivritti, going towards Nishta stage, your anartha, you will not become 100%. This is not like first semester is done, all the exams passed, then even if some exams you fail, you'll go to second semester, right? Likewise, here also, as you are going away from anarthas, going towards Nishta, you are going to Nishta stage. But anarthas are there. They will not bother you that much. In Ruchi and Asakti, their impact on you will be less and less. But your performance of bhakti is more and more. You're understanding? Actually, there's a presentation I'm supposed to give, but I changed it. I don't know how many people will take it. Any other question? Yes, Amma.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your class. The way you give class really touches my heart. And I've recently seen you with one of the devotee. I don't know her at all, but I'm very, very inspired by her. She left her body, Nayan Sundari Mataji. I was just thinking about how even when Vritrasur's head was being severed, he was still meditating on the Lord. And while that's inspiring, sometimes we just think that I cannot be at that level. But seeing her passing away, I don't know her, I have never met her, but just seeing her passing away and her taking names of Krishna at the time of her leaving the body, even on Zoom, was very inspiring. All the devotees were standing close by her. Her family was there, her kids were there. I have a 1-year-old daughter, so it was relatable for me, although I might not be where she was. Can you tell me what can we take away from her life, since you've been mentioning so much about meditating on death? Even your yesterday's class was so much about what should we do at our last minute. So can you please tell me, like, I'm very inspired by her, so can you just tell us like what we can take away from her life and many more devotees?
We should meditate more on Krishna, not on death, first of all. But you should know I'm also very inspired by her. I can speak in half an hour actually on her, actually. Amazing. But the troubles, they went like any other engineer. She was also an electronics engineer, by profession software engineer. But it was very inspiring. The process works. That's one line I can tell. Ooh. What is not shown in that video is many more. Many more things are there that were not shown there. But amazing. Great soul, how Krishna walked, in her life. Very young, 8-year-old. Her 8-year-old son plays mridanga, has been playing past 2 years. 13-year-old sings very well in the temple. They came to America like anyone does, They were in Australia, then they got a job in America. The tiny things I want to tell you, the husband made it. He told. Actually, he tried his best to save her, actually. He did not even miss one opportunity to save her. He equally went through that suffering, actually. But a few things I want to tell. Before I tell, Radhana Swami said, our spiritual master, Mars Maharaj personally said to me in the car, I've seen hundreds of deaths, but her death is very unique. She went back to Godhead. And Maharaj said, Krishna inspired her to do all these things at that last minute. When everything is being disconnected, she could do that. Amazing. Amazing means amazing. A fighter by nature. She was a fighter, actually. This problem started 6-7 years ago. A vein from lung connecting to the heart was a problem. Husband made it a point. You should all listen this. Whenever her health was good, my job was not there. And whenever my job was there, her health was not good. Some problem has been there past 7 years. America, another thing is you don't get support. In India, our relatives, neighbors, and who will help? Nobody will help, actually. They were in Chicago for some time. Anyway, this one line you must have understood. Whenever her health was good, he did not have a job. It's a worry. Because one is visa. You have to save to stay in this country. You need visa. Means you need a job. And whenever he would get job, her health was bad. How he balanced it, I really appreciate him, actually. So anyway, but I want to tell you also, devotees prayed for her. Our spiritual master prayed for her. Zip! She would be discharged also. It was to the amazement of doctors. Hey, this person cannot live. But how she is discharged? The one thing people, devotees don't know, whenever devotees came together and she came out of that deathbed, it did not happen in 22. It started happening in 17, 18 also. Anyway, she was admitted in Ann Arbor Hospital 2017. I went to the hospital. Husband told me, they were giving her blood, that the nurse, she was a little negligent. So Mataji, when she woke up in the night, she did not put the cap properly. So this IV, all the blood was coming out. And the entire bed was filled with blood. The nurse came, she woke up because of the blood. Oof. Then doctors came and her BP was so low, the bed was filled with blood. They said, no, now we have to do, we have to put an IV. But when the blood is so low, we cannot give anesthesia, she'll die. They told her, we have to give anesthesia we have to put the IV without anesthesia. Here. Can you believe this? Trying to look for a vein to put IV without anesthesia. Husband told all the audience, Nayan Sundari Mataji's cries filled the entire, not the ward but the floor, as she was yelling. After that, doctor told, you have less than 1-2 months to live. Doctor told her, this 17. And she told me, I'm not so steady in bhakti, I have not attained anything, and my children are small, and doctor is telling, even materially we are not comfortable, we came to America, so not materially, not spiritually, family-wise also it's very unsteady. But that time, somehow she recovered, and she became very serious. She got job also, she used to work also actually. But the problem continued. Somebody said, from nowhere, this hospital, they found out lung has to be replaced. So they took her to Grand Rapids, and that they cut here and they put a new lung. She never complained. First thing she did, she never complained about any devotee in her life. She never criticized any devotee. And always she would sing very good with harmonium. And everyone, she became normal, the glow came, but nobody knew there was a pipe. But she never complained. So once they replaced the lung, she was all right actually. They had to go back to Toronto, because of the visa issues. They had to move to the Windsor border of Canada. Again, she took the COVID booster. Then booster started rejecting the lung. That's when, as soon as less than 2-3 weeks after she took the booster, problem started. She told her son, don't miss me too much. Small actually. And she was airlifted from Windsor to Toronto. Doctor said she did not have more than a month. Again, devotees prayed. And she became all right. It's a shock to doctors. And she recovered. But she needed oxygen. Doctor said, oxygen you can, at home also you can balance. So husband put her in the car. From Toronto to Windsor, 5.5-6 hours he drove her. Actually, all glories to the husband actually. Really amazing husband. They have such a sweet relationship actually. And then she came. I would go to cross the border and see her actually. She was not eating for months, only liquids. Every time I would go, I would do kirtan. Husband played a video, I forgot. One time there was nobody to play mridanga. With that much sickness, she was playing mridanga. Means she was advanced. You are not eating for so many months. Who can play mridanga? And I was telling you yesterday, 17, when she was going through so much trouble, we did a fire sacrifice. One lady got cancer. For her recovery, she also passed away actually. Then we told her, you come. She came. She did not have a pound of energy. Ordinary people, that's the advantage of bhakti. You're chanting your rounds, you don't know. You'll give you so much spiritual strength. Other persons would have been confined to the bed past 6-7 years. But she was perfectly normal. She would come, dance, she would bring her children, she would do aarti. I told myself, Amma, how could you come? Your face doesn't show even 1 pound of energy. And I told myself, this weekend will be busy because this weekend she'll not live. No energy on her face. She attended her this fire sacrifice, she left. But she lived. Amazing. Anyway, the point is that day, 3-4 months ago she passed away. She was brought into Grand Rapids again. They said, no, you cannot live. The lung is totally gone. The next day with oxygen she walked. Doctors were shocked. How can you walk? We are telling you cannot live. But doctors told that. So as soon as you remove the oxygen, she can live only 1 or 2 minutes. All the things that you have seen in video, she did it. Great, right? The lung cannot do it. But she was alive. First thing she did, I want everyone to please hear this. The process works wonders. Process works wonders. Brahmin initiate devotee by 15, I think. 15, 16. Her guru, one time they met Maharaj in Bhakti Center. He said, I am always praying for you. So they told me, Prabhuji, today they will remove the oxygen, please come. So I drove, it's 2 hours from Farmington Hills. So, but the only thing, he didn't tell her, we'll remove that. So doctor said she cannot live. Still she was, with oxygen, she walked on the corridor. There's a surprise. But I think he didn't have guts to tell her actually. So as soon as they removed the oxygen, we were doing kirtan. And I was standing next to her bedside. Suddenly she opened her eyes. And we were putting all our pictures. Radha Gopi Janolva, Gaurnita pictures, Prabhupada. I saw in her face, why are you putting these things? And right in front of her on the computer, her spiritual master is there. Why? She couldn't understand. She thought she became all right. And ladies and gentlemen, she started dancing, I'm honest with you. That was not shown. With her legs, back and forth. Enjoying. Kirtan. Hey, they removed oxygen, you cannot stay. I cannot show here. Actually, before she opened her eyes, tears flowed continuously out of gratitude for the kirtan. Then when she started saying, she started dancing. When she opened her eyes, why all these people are here? Fully conscious. Then she started dancing. And I'm telling you, her vocal word, they put the ventilator, vocal cords were disconnected. She cannot, good singer actually in her life, but that time no vocal cords. I saw on her face 2 times. 2 times she said that. Hare Krishna, she said that. 2 times. I told devotees, whatever Krishna tells in Gita to go back to Godhead, she did it. 2 times she said Hare Krishna. And then she started dancing. And then she expressed her gratitude to her guru. She offered obeisances. And she offered obeisances to, there were 80 devotees. She offered obeisances to everyone. She turned this to everyone. She offered obeisances. And they, in America, I don't know the tradition here. They want people to die peacefully. What peacefully? You cannot chant Krishna's name. And they give that morphine. Before the effect of morphine came on her, she left the world. with the holy name, with listening holy name, spiritual master, praying for her, devotees praying for her, full consciousness, folding her palms, she left. Actually, when everything will be disconnected actually inside, you cannot. But she did. She, like a sannyas. I saw Sridhar Swami, ISKCON, Guru. They're all sannyasis. She's a simple householder. But she's telling the process works, whether you're a simple householder or anybody, mother of two. That is Krishna. You think, you're coming and listening. No, it's great. Krishna is acknowledging. You could have gone elsewhere, but you're coming and listening. You could have gone elsewhere, but you're distributing books. You could have gone elsewhere, but you're coming and doing service in the temple. One lecture I heard, what type of person do you think Krishna is? He's not a hard-hearted master, very soft-hearted father. Every time Draupadi was calling Krishna, Krishna was becoming grateful to Draupadi. Actually, Draupadi says, my lord, you didn't come. You came in the last minute. Krishna said, Draupadi, I was in battle with Salva. That's why I'm late. So Krishna is offering excuse why he came late. That is the relationship devotee had with Krishna. And Krishna said, don't worry, Draupadi. People have tried this for you. They will not. Their wives will have their hairs untied, their hairs loosened. Krishna said. Cruelty, right? 40,000 people, they want to see a woman naked. Krishna, he supports you. Krishna empathizes with you fully. Don't think Krishna empathizes only with Draupadi. Krishna empathizes with everyone. And what is not shown in the video, I'll tell you, she passed away. 1 hour later, she was cleaned up, ready. She used to call me father. That's why I'm telling this. Otherwise, I won't tell. Prabhuji and Mataji's her face was beautiful, transcendentally beautiful, that much beauty. Our GBC Mother Malti said her body has become spiritualized. That's why that face emitted that much beauty. Usually soul leaves, body starts decomposing. I've seen that with my father, with so many uncles. Face became beautiful. 3 days later after cremation, wow, that face emitted so much beauty. Actually, Mother Malti said her body became spiritualized. That's why she's able to show that much beauty. I saw the words, some of you may not correlate. I'm telling you, I've seen so many deaths, of course, myself. But no. She left on Friday. Monday afternoon also, the beauty was there. She was 42. But that is what is body being spiritualized. My request to you, don't miss the boat. Lord Chaitanya came to take everyone back to Godhead. Srila Prabhupada is an import representative, and his disciples, spiritual present spiritual masters. They have only one goal. They want us to go back to Godhead. The price we pay is very little compared to what we are going to get. So, and you are so fortunate to be in the hands of Vaisiki Maharaj, such a serious, sincere Srila Prabhupada disciple. You are blessed by his presence. So continue doing actually. You will be the winner. But no matter what, we should not give it up. Maya is there to, of course, distract us always. But yes, we are very inspired by her. Thank you. But thing is, body is nasate vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata. There is no, for the soul, nothing is temporary. For the body, there is no permanence anyway. If we understand it, we'll utilize our body in Krishna's service, and we balance our material life and family lives parallelly. Right? Very important, we should bring others. You're already here means you're already saved. I'm honest. You're taken care. You should know that. If you're sincerely coming and following the process, you should know you're taken care. What we have to think is we should be worried for outsiders, for sure. But of course, never give up, never leave the boat also. Srila Prabhupada came for that, and Lord Chaitanya, yesterday I was telling, what is that? Narsingha Swami came to save Prahlad, and Vamandev came to take everything from Bali Maharaj and give it to Devatas, Indra. Likewise, Lord Chaitanya came for only one purpose, to take all the conditioned souls back to Godhead. When he sees most fallen, he becomes very happy. Oh, you're fallen, come, I'll take you back. Daya kori more patita dekiya, kohilo amare giya. When he sees fallen people, he becomes very happy. Ullasita hobehiya. That is Lord Chaitanya. That is not Nityananda Prabhu. He is a Karuna Shakti. Nityananda Prabhu will not even find fault with us. So, hold on to the feet of Nityananda Prabhu, hold on to the feet of spiritual master is a representative of Nityananda Prabhu, of course. Continue, and you will also one day, you will see Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, Radharani, eye to eye. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Radha Madan Mohan ji ki, Sriman Mahaprabhu ki, Prahlad Narsingh Dev, Lakshmi Narsingha Swami ki, Nitai Gaurare Prema Anande. Thank you very much. Krishna, sir.
prayers in our Jumbotron. Nama Shreshtam Manumapi Sachiputram Atra Swarupam Sri Rupam Tasyagrajam Urupurim Mathurim Ghoshtvaatim Radha Kundam Girivaram Aho Radhika Madhavasam Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Sri Gurum Tam Natosmi. He Guru Jnanadadena Bandho Swanandadata Karunaika Sindho Vrindavanasi Nahitavatara Prasida Radha Pranay Prachara. He Dina Bandho Karunaika Sindho Kuru Prasadam Mai Mandamudhe Laksha Paradhe Bahupapagade Tadpada Padme Stumatisha Krishne Nevopayanta Pachatim Kavayastavesha Brahma Yusapi Kritam Riddhamuda Smaranta Yontar Bahistanubhritam Asubhan Vidhunvan Acharya Chaitya Vapusa Swagatim Vyanakti. I bow down to the beautiful lotus feet of my spiritual master, by whose causeless mercy I have obtained the supreme holy name, the divine mantra, the service of the son of Sachimata, the association of Srila Swarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami and his older brother Sanatan Goswami, the supreme abode of Mathura, the blissful abode of Vrindavan, the divine Radha Kund and Govardhan Hill, and the desire within my heart for the loving service of Sri Radhika and Madhav in Vrindavan. O spiritual master, O giver of divine wisdom, O friend of the fallen, you are the giver of your own bliss, and you are the only ocean of mercy. Although dwelling in Vrindavan, you had descended for the welfare of fallen souls like myself, and you are preaching the divine love of Radha for Krishna. Please be kind upon me. O friend of the lowly, O Gurudev, you are the only ocean of mercy. I am a dull fool and have committed hundreds of thousands of offenses. I have fallen into a dense myriads of sins. Therefore, grace me with your mercy, so that my minds may be fixed on your lotus feet and on Sri Krishna. O my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma. For you appear in two features, externally as the Acharya and internally as the Super Soul, to deliver the embodied living beings by directing him how to come to you. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. Our only wish is to have our consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens our darkened eyes and fills our hearts with transcendental knowledge. He is our Lord, birth after birth. From him, static prema emanates. By him, ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds, and we take shelter of your lotus feet. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Vando moi savadhana mate. Jahara prasade bha e bhavato riyaja. Jahara Krishna prapti hoy jahan hoy te. Krishna prapti hoy jahan hoy te. Krishna prapti hoy jahan hoy te. Krishna prapti hoy. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya. Guru Mukha Aur na kori ho mane aasa. Aur na kori ho mane aasa. Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Samadhi. Je prasade pure sarva asa. Je prasade pure sarva asa. Je prasade pure sarva asa. Chakshudan dilo je janme janme prabhu se. Chakshudan dilo je janme janme prabhu se. Divya gyan hriday prakashito. Divya gyan hriday prakashito. Prema bhakti jahan hote avidya vinasa jate. Prema bhakti jahan hote avidya vinasa jate. Vedi gay jahan charito. Vedi gay jahan charito. Vedi gay jahan charito. Vedi gay jahan charito. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janar Bandhu. 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 Lokena Lokera Jivana लोकेरा जीवाना प्रभु करो दया देव मोरे पद छाया हाँ प्रभु करो दया देव मोरे पद छाया हे जात तो त्रिभुवाना जात तो त्रिभुवाना Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Jaya Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva Jaya, ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan Radhe, Jaya Radha परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON BVD Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhans Parivrajakaacharya Ashtottar His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Shyama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki Jai. श्रीमद वृंदावन धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की जय. पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की समवेत भक्त वृंद की ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ऑल ग्लोरीज असेंबल्ड डिवोटी ऑल ग्लोरीज असेंबल्ड डिवोटी ऑल ग्लोरीज असेंबल्ड डिवोटी all glories to all Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Bol Hari Bol. Okay. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all of you to our exciting Saturday morning program. I hope all of you definitely enjoyed we had a visiting guest, Yugal Kishore Prabhu, who is visiting us from Farmington Hill, if I am correct. So we are very lucky to have him. The topic today was the Vrittasur prayers, and he's so nicely taken us to how Vrittasur, who was in the demon's body, but then he has a heart of a devotee and is so much relatable in our own life. We have to interact with so many people outside the world, and though we don't want it to interact, but somehow we all come across this situation. May not be like Vrittasur situation where we have to fight, but there is small fights are always there in this life where we are in the same shoes put like Vrittasur. So it's very relatable. I always find in my personal life the Vrittasur's character that you have put in situation where you have to, where your inside is heart is a devotee, but outside you have to act like so that you can function in this world. So it's very amazing, and Prabhu take us very nicely prayers, the 4 prayers that in the Bhagavatam mentions, and then also here such a nice graphics, and I think the grand finale was the very nice, the story of the Her Grace Nayan Sundari Mataji. Yeah, Nayan Sundari Mataji, so great departure as it called. So we are very thankful to Prabhu to come here and spending time. So let's loudly chant 3 times for Prabhu's in appreciation of Prabhu. Hari Bol. So today is what? It's Saturday. So what happened on Saturday? Hari Bol, yeah. So this is one of the most exciting day in ISV. It's like a festival that many devotees goes out and meet people in Sankirtan. So we had teams going out. So if anyone like to represent the book distribution team, Katha Prabhu, stand up. Bro, we have the mic. Tell us what everyone is want today, who especially came here.
Hare Krishna. We have many teams going out for book distribution.
Come here.
Okay.
Come here. Here is a very nice, fine gentleman, our Katha Prabhu. Haribol! He's leading from... Yes, more. He's leading from many years, our Western Sankirtan team. He never misses even a week to go out. So we are very happy to have his association. So please tell everyone.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for encouraging me, encouraging the heck out of me. So, we have many nice spots today, and we have many nice devotees who go regularly, unlike me. There is a team going with Vaishnav Toshni Prabhu and with Achyuta Balram Prabhu, and maybe Krishna Sakha Prabhu. So there are 3 teams going to different parts of Bay Area north, south, and the nearby areas. So please let me know if you want to join any of the teams. And also we have door-to-door Bhagavatam distribution. For that you can contact Malini Mataji, or you can also reach out to me. I can connect you with Malini Mataji. So and we already concluded our Nityananda Triyodashi MSF. That was the first MSF of the year. And we've met all our goals by all of your contribution. And now we are going to start our Gaur Purnima MSF. So this is the first Saturday, and we should distribute a lot of Chaitanya Charitamrita, so that to attract the mercy of all the Acharyas and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So please join us. Hare Krishna.
Jai Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Oh, Jai. I think we have Malini Mataji in the call. Thank you, Mataji, for joining.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much, Mukaravinda Prabhu and Kautukona Prabhu. I really liked Kautukona Prabhu's enthusiasm in mentioning the spots and everything. I just wanted to add one more thing, Prabhu, to that, whatever Kautukona Prabhu just mentioned. Today's class was so encouraging, whatever Yugal Kishore Prabhu said. The most important thing that he said was, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful when he sees the most fallen. And we can consider that, we can consider to be in that consciousness, to think ourselves as most fallen, and then we can pray for his mercy. At the same time, we can also, Prabhu was also mentioning that how this process works, the process of bhakti. It doesn't matter where you are, how you are doing. So this is a good opportunity for us to go and introduce this process of bhakti to everybody, and an opportunity to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Our goal for this MSF, as Kautukana Prabhu was mentioning, is to distribute Chaitanya Charitamrita sets. We wanted to distribute at least 108 Chaitanya Charitamrita sets from the beginning of the year till Gaur Purnima.
Jai Hari Bol.
So we request all of you to go find devotees, find souls to give Chaitanya Charitamrita sets. We have a lot of them in the shed. Venudhari Prabhu has ordered a lot of them. So please take some sets with you and distribute. And they are very easy to distribute, or whether, not easy to distribute, but they just cost only $99, which is not much for the nectar that they will get from reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. So please take sets and distribute them. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. So, and thank you so much, Malini Mataji, for leading for more than decades to this Sankirtan army. Sorry, I missed seeing you earlier, so please forgive me.
Actually, it was perfect, Prabhu. No, it was perfect. It was perfect, actually. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So, we'll move to the next program. We have a very wonderful program that is going on Bhakti community, and we'll invite Pavani Bhakti Mataji to introduce. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, thank you everyone for always encouraging. And we all know that Bhakti community is an online community, and we want to encourage heck out of everyone, as Kautukana Prabhu says and Maharaj always says. And the only way we can do that is when we give books, especially in this season. People are really, really in need of books, as well as the support after we give from the books. So it just doesn't end with the giving of the book. It actually begins. And Bhakti community provides that environment, that ecosystem that we all got when we came into Krishna consciousness. We want to provide it and give back, or rather take it forward. We really cannot pay back what we all got, but all we can do is take it forward. And please, when you give books, bring people to Bhakti community. We have got strong feedback from people, especially Westerners, when they get books. It's very hard for them to directly come to the temple. They don't get it. They don't understand it. Bhakti community takes them gradually through the process where they can start appreciating what's going on here. So we provide them that ecosystem, that buddy system, for them to understand this much better. We have serious need of devotees who can help us on our buddy program. So when the newcomers come, we assign them with separate buddies who can take care of them at a one-on-one level. We have very limited participants within the temple community who are helping us on that, and we request everyone to join the team and help us take these baby steps for our newcomers. So it's really the need of the hour, and we will be really very thankful to all of you if you can join the community and help us welcome the newcomers. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jai. Thank you so much, Pavani Bhakti Mataji and JM Prabhu for giving this platform where people can come and explore the path of bhakti. Is really unique and is unheard in the whole all over the world. So thank you for leading this, the most premium program in our community. Hare Krishna. So next part of and we have, I hope so, big prasadam. I saw some Bengalis smell coming somewhere. Is you are the cook, Prabhu, if I understood correct? Prabhu, please, who are the, Prabhu, can you announce who are the cooks? Yeah, so we are led by the Koladi Pran Prabhu, led the whole cooking, and also is served by the Dhir Prashant Prabhu and Simantani Sakhi Mataji. So let's have a big hand of applause for them. Haribo! Haribo! Those who will shout loud, they will get more prasadam, so better. Haribo! Yeah, I remember once Maharaj saying that whoever tastes the prasadam cooked by Koladi Pran Prabhu, they get love of Godhead. So please take from the Haribo. So Hare Krishna. So thank you so much. Sorry we went little ahead time, but I hope that all of you enjoyed the extended talk that Prabhu had, and it was really moving that. So I'm sure we need all this, some impetus in our life. So next part will be prasadam prayers, and we have Hari Prabhu who will lead us in the prasadam prayers. Hare Krishna. Okay. I think I'll serve him by singing. Sarira Vidyaja Jodendriya Kaheka Dile Pere Visaya Sagore Karma Dejimati Loho Masudhamati Mahaprasade Govinde Nandapane Vaishnave Kalpapunyavatam Rajan Vishwasane Vajayate Prasade Sarva Dukha Anirasyo Pajayate Prasanna Cheta Soyate Buddhiparyavatikate Tayopa Sadgandha Bhakuramkara Chakita Sikha Bodhino Dasa Samaya Jai Mahi Shri Srimad Mahaprasadam ki jai. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. And last but not least, we like to heartily thanks our broadcast team led by His Grace Ramanand Prabhu for consistently providing the world-class system so that we can have the best experience, not just us, but beyond this small temple. There's all over the world people are getting this knowledge, and I'm sure they are also grateful. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Raman. So prasadam will be served outside. Oh, perfect, in the parking lot, in the picnic spot in the outside in the parking lot. So all of you can proceed. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.